Talos is coming. Can anybody stop him from coming to shore? Or are we gonna have to send our children off to war?
Well, hey there, Rue.
Hi. Oh, God, hold on.
And hello, chat. We are off to a little bit of a slow part on my end. I guess the other two are having some mic issues. I'll speak for Rue here. Yeah, they're having mic issues. Laz's mic wasn't working, and Aetherius, he was like, come on, let's go do another chat and we'll figure it out there. Share your screen.
Stop talking for me.
Okay, sorry.
No, I ordered pizza like a long time ago, and it finally just fucking got here. So my dog was like barking, and I was trying to eat before session, but this fucking Domino's is literally so close, and it does not get here on time. So my dog started barking, and I muted. But yes, they were having weird mic shit. Laz was like buzzing, and I could hear myself talking for a little while, so that was cool.
Oh, getting feedback.
Yeah, I was getting feedback, and then yeah, there was like weird buzzing, which is so strange. Of course, there's mic issues though, right? That's tracks.
Of course. Well, I mean, no harm, no foul. That is Hero Maker, right? Green Unicorn art. How you doing?
Oh, is that Hero Maker?
I believe so. So today, I'll explain to Rue and those watching currently, is not like your typical session 0. I've decided to break it into 2 parts, as I don't need to redo the general gist of things, you know, rules and whatnot with these players, because we're kind of still in the thick of it.
How do I roll advantage?
Not having any troubles, like, for what?
I don't know how to roll advantage, sorry.
What we're gonna be, okay, I get it. I'm sorry. My brain's not on. Yep. Okay.
Sorry.
So what we're gonna be doing is just kind of like a sit down. We're gonna talk a few things out. I've got some notes, and what I need to do is we're going to be transitioning from here in Phandalin over to an additional, like an extension campaign, post Icespire into Stormlord's Wrath. And I am doing a bit of a time lapse, so I need to throw them some questions, have them answer those questions, and it's going to be a lot of theater of the mind. Maybe not much RP at all, unless Marcus is like, good morning, sister, and he makes me say, good morning, Marcus. It's mostly just a sit down. We're gonna toss some shit around. I'm gonna take notes, so that way I know what the hell I'm doing behind the scenes, getting ready for our actual season. So it's just a chill meetup. We probably won't be long, probably about an hour, but if I say that, I'm going to say 30 minutes. We're going to be here for 30 minutes. That way I know we're going to be here for like 2.5 hours. But it shouldn't be, we shouldn't be here too long. I've got my notes ready. There are some things that I didn't take note of that I'm kind of just going to freeball, for lack of a better word. Just toss it out there and see what they give me back. As well as some things that I've already discussed with them. I want to double check that I've got everything right. And today they do find out how much time we're skipping, though. They've been a little stressed out about that. Not sure what surprise I'm going to drop on them.
Why you wouldn't tell us?
Because I didn't know, you know, this is something. I've been editing that season finale. I haven't had time to sit down and go like, now what? So So I've got my bearings now. I'm ready to focus on the next step, and that's where we're starting today. We're helping Truth get his brain organized so he knows what to make for them come session 1. So I don't know if any of you have seen the season finale. I'm gonna try not to say too many spoilers, but I have to say certain things because you guys need closure and I need to know what to do. But for the most part, it should still be a lot of fun for you guys that haven't watched it going in. Even if you hear me say a few little things here and there, just this first campaign was so much fun, regardless if you know what happens in the end. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of crazy, a lot of funny, and a smidge gay. By popular demand, apparently.
But not in a gay way.
Yeah. But I kept it straight. Your mic issues good? You figure it out?
Not 100%, but good enough for government work.
Gotcha. You guys sound fine. Sound good.
Okay, yeah, my system must have completely reset while I was out of the country, and I basically just came in today and it was like, how would you like to set up your computer? And I was like, oh, you motherfuckers.
Ooh, did you leave it on when you left and then a power outage or something flashed it?
I don't think I did, but I'm an old man. I get forgetful. So we'll just say I did.
Oh, all right. Well, I was explaining what today's about, that we're not doing your typical session 0, more of a sit down. We're going to throw some things around and just kind of talk it out, because I'm just making notes. I need to know what to give you for your first session. Yeah, this is let the DM take notes and figure out what he's handing you the day we go to play.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of this is going to be kind of like improv for us as well, because since we don't know the amount of time.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
that's
the gist. Like, that's the most of what you'll be playing today is improv me what you would like to do and how you respond when I pose this situation that happens to you. So, like, oh, surprise, Sister Gorell's got a twin? What? And you've been sleeping with her? Like, that kind of stuff. And then you're like, oh shit, what? Which one was pregnant? All that kind of stuff. So where to start? Let me pull up my notes. We're gonna take it from the top. I was gonna introduce some new rules, few new things. I've decided not to, though. We're still strapped in with what we understand and know. Like, let's just stick with what we got for this campaign and all. Like, these characters that will always experience the same thing that we've been through. So they aren't anything crazy. It was simple things like, I like making you guys spend some money. So item identification is kind of stupid in D&D. Like, I'm a ranger and I found this magic item. I can sit down and take a break and rest, and now I know what it does. I was thinking, Diablo style. Like, no, you guys, you take it to town and have, pay a guy some gold, because that thing's gonna be worth way more than its weight in paying to have somebody solve it for you and do some testing. Visit Deckard Cain and have him say, oh, this is an item lost years ago. So
I
yeah,
just geeked out. I love that character.
Yeah, so I like that style of identification, unless one of you were a wizard in the party and you're like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do that for you. More sense involved. So I've decided to move all that kind of stuff into future campaigns. Like, not these characters, they'll never experience new rules thrown at them. We're just gonna stick with what we got.
All right.
Okay, so let's start with after the 4 weeks I asked you about us skipping there at the end. Eloveril you decided you were going to spend some time off and be with your sister. With all the changes, Marcus is now going to be your brother-in-law. Let me move some of these around and get rid of some. Actually, let's go indoors. I like the cozy setting inside.
I do like the tavern.
Yeah. I will tell you guys that you're going to get a new tavern in your new place that you guys go. That way,
Yay!
you guys have your own fancy tavern to hang out in, and you aren't standing outside of it in the street talking every day.
You want to own everything? Come on.
Yes, I do.
I mean, wait till we get there, and then make an offer to the owner.
Don John Raskins.
I'll beg my NPC mommy to buy it for me.
That's how I'm approaching it.
Oh, we're not going to Goblin Town. My bad.
Oh, we're going to Goblin Town.
No.
Finally.
Sorry.
We've been
That
waiting.
was on purpose. I know it. Welcome to Goblin Town. Won't you take me to?
What
Oh my god, this is not the first time I've sang that.
What the hell is this? Oh, here we go.
Nice.
That's why I can't find it. I've got.
I think that was on a break actually when I sang that.
All right. Do you guys see this, or is it just me?
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm loading in. I had to restart because it was like laggy.
Gotcha.
The gang's all here. Also,
I know.
take that fucking symbol off of my wife.
Oh yeah, why is she at that? That's weird.
Because Aetherius is a little fucker, I'm pretty sure. It might have been from when he was attacking her. Remember when he did that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was using all kinds of spells on her?
I was testing stuff
That's
out.
not canon. He was just fucking around.
She was my test dummy.
She's my test dummy.
Oh boy.
Wow.
I'm feeling ornery.
I think I could sell that video.
Let me get something so we aren't just sitting here in quiet.
Can we get the bop from the fight?
I don't even know which one that was. I've got Campfire
We have to find
Memories.
it.
That sounds sad.
I think it was called
It
It's a
does.
Hit.
You think it was called what?
I was making a joke because we said that it's hitting. And you said we don't want to be hitting.
Yeah, I wish I knew what that was.
This is possibly a funeral song.
Yeah.
I'm playing.
I was thinking like a slow lead up to a very fancy wedding, like the music they play before, while
Yeah, that's
everybody's
like the
just
same
finding
thing,
their
isn't it?
seats. Oh wow! Don't tell Holly that.
It's a good one. No, that wasn't Feta saying that. That was me. That was a good one.
Well.
Same thing.
Jesus, that's messed up.
Okay.
It could
So
be
dark.
both.
We will leave this here. Chat, let me know if the music's too loud and you can't hear us saying words. So yeah, here we are. I'll unpause, let you guys dance around if you want, to distract yourselves, whatever you need to do, fiddle. We've got
Oh my
You filled
god.
so much you disappeared.
here, I'm gonna move
I'm under
everybody.
the
There's gonna be
table.
like a circle dance, like I don't know. Wait, what the fuck's a circle dance? A square dance.
Hey, I fucked up.
Feta
heard
was
magic.
so stealthy, she
I'm under the
she
table.
slipped through the reality of time and space.
Under the table and Holly is dressed.
Oh yeah, I gotta delete you forever.
Oh well. Bye,
was
Fefe.
Nice,
Oh,
nice knowing
Hi,
her.
Moira.
So
Wait, what? Moira?
I mean, if Feta's gone and they brought in a redheaded halfling, I figured it was Moira.
Oh shit. You're right.
we'll start here, and I will put a little light down. Let's see if we can't make it a little different in here.
I gotta calm down. I'm like so
Geeking?
excited. I'm hyper. I am eating. I'm so sorry, guys. My pizza came really late, so I'm eating. But I'm really excited that it's making me hyper.
Yeah, we should absolutely say happy birthday.
Oh yeah, happy
Did you say
birthday.
halfling.
Look, nothing.
Fade,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Thank you,
birthday.
guys.
Hey, you're so
This is
big.
exactly where I want to be on my birthday.
You're so
I'm
big.
so excited. I know.
I don't get to be here for my birthday. I'm gonna be out of town.
Better not be on a Saturday.
It is.
You motherfucker.
I know.
All right.
Truth. Could you force log me out? Because I clicked back while it was loading because it's taking forever to like try and rejoin, but I'm still logged in apparently.
Kick player. You have been
For
kicked.
kicking me.
I did get my birthday dinner.
Perfect.
I got pizza. I wanted pizza.
All right,
What
let
more
me
could
know
you
when
want?
you are in, Mr. Loverl.
All right, let me retry.
I don't eat during sessions, I promise. I was just
Oh, eat and drink and be merry, guys, because this is just a really chill meetup. Nothing serious here, nothing crazy. Yes, we are in the tavern. You're standing front and center in a ring of happy light.
Can I check for
it still
traps?
says I'm logged in.
It still says you're logged in.
Yeah.
Well, you do not exist on my side. Have you tried closing your browser out completely?
Yeah, I even switched browsers.
Huh.
Let me switch again.
Let me try one thing on my end. It's going to.
Okay.
I'll have to reset the stream, guys. Like, I'm not the full stream, but everything you're seeing on screen aside from our avatars is gonna go bye-bye.
Sorry.
problem child.
I know.
It's okay. It was Laz earlier with his mic.
Yeah.
Okay. And there goes the bye-bye.
Bye-bye. If anybody hasn't seen Mufasa, highly recommend. I loved it. I'm also
Have you
by
done
it.
the Mufasa movie?
Yes, it's so good. It's like a
Yeah.
prequel.
Oh.
It's live action, and I didn't like the original live action Lion King, but I loved Mufasa because it was like it was an original story about Mufasa's past. So I loved it.
Yeah, Mufasa was great. Well, the character. The movie, I don't know.
Yeah, you figure out like how him and Scar like how they ended up how they are, I guess.
Scar's a little bitch. That's why.
Yeah, I still cry every time Mufasa dies.
All right, now I logged in as myself.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let
It
it
should be
load
up.
'cause,
All of you.
Yeah, last time I loaded in right when I clicked back because I've been waiting for like 2 minutes. But so I'll just let
2
this
whole
load.
minutes? Oh my
Yeah, it took a
God.
while.
Bye bye.
I think my settings had reset or something. So is there something that was there that helped, like, with performance that maybe is gone?
In the Discord, you can double check that your hardware acceleration is fixed on whichever browser you're using. In D&D materials, text channel, it should be only a little bit up. Foundry, VTT, troubleshoot. You go to that like flags command page in Chrome if you're on Chrome. Remember also if you were streaming Crunchy or whatever you were doing too, remember you had to like disable that again because it was messing with you guys.
I did that on Brave, but I'll just make sure that it's on Chrome. Okay, so
You're streaming Arcane. Look, now I can't load in. Theories, you fucked it up.
my bad.
Mine just took a little while. Just let it sit.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
Oh, I'm in.
Yep.
Patient. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
wasn't.
it's
Oh,
it's
here
been
we go.
so long that you guys are just like
I'm
that-
good.
it forgot how to connect.
Yeah.
You're here to play me. Oh. My server's like downstairs just humming to itself. All right. So everybody can see now.
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
All right. Eloverl, pull up your notes.
All right, pulling them up.
You said you were staying behind, spending 4 weeks off to spend the time with your sister. During this time, you contacted your clergy, filled them in on everything that had happened. Sister Garel, I've got noted, also spent some time using augury to help you try to get some answers to where Celine is. Your little criminal thirst trap that you're desperate to find.
Those traps is my wife.
So,
You're coming after me.
We're gonna have to chain him down.
Chain him down, you chain me down, buddy.
I will say that
I can sell that video too.
you left for Neverwinter after your 4 weeks. So dead of winter, it's been absolutely brutal out, but no more threat of dragons. The roads are safer. And when you made your way to Neverwinter, you did meet up with Moira, and you had discussed it with Fada about trying to get in contact with her yourself, finding out if she would be capable of meeting up with her. Perhaps, you know, her memories had also been messed with.
Mm-hmm.
And while you were there, not only did Moira agree to this, and you did find out it was in fact not only Moira, but word of a body was found outside of your home city of Waterdeep. The body was found miles, not that body, the other body. Where's my other body? The body was that of Drebus, an informant that Moira knows works under Halia. He was found dead a few miles outside of Waterdeep, a little ways off the high road, as if his body was dumped there. His body was strange in that there was no physical wounds that were found on the body, though there were some unsettling things about it, noticeably a dark bruising in the shape of a small hand found between his shoulder blades. And more disturbingly, the body indicated that he had been dead for at least 3 days before found, although his associates had just spoken with him that morning. So
that's something I've been informed of by
Moira
informed me?
Yep, you and Moira having your discussions. That is some important information that you've picked up.
Okay.
So that is something that you would, I don't know, it's up to you, but you could share that with Halia as, Drebus. You guys have your own sources and information on Zentarum network people and whatnot, so you do know this person works for Halia. You also, while there, were called in to speak with Lord Novarember. You helped him fill some of the gaps. About Dib, who is of the Novarember family, and his death up near the Icespire hold. Aside from all the negativity from that meeting, things took a light turn, where he had informed you that he wished you and all of your party to come to Neverwinter as honored guests that he would bestow upon everyone titles as well as rewards. So
Go!
that is something, fantastic for you guys.
Party! And money.
And money, party and money.
Party and
Those are
money.
your first
It's like my
titles?
2 favorite things. Yeah, those are my titles as well. Party and money.
Party and money. Love it.
And
The lady party money.
I was gonna say and bitches, but then I was like, I'll get cut. Never mind.
I think you'll have to drop the hyphenation when you change kingdoms.
What did he say? Which titles we're getting?
So when everybody comes to said party, everybody's kind of surprised by it, but the reward is worth it. I mean, you guys killed a fucking dragon, like, you know, doing what they were not capable of doing for their people. The reason it was a little shocking is that generally it's a hereditary title that would be given, and thus you being granted these titles means that your family name going forward is you have birthed this as your noble family name moving forward. You all have been given Baron and Baroness titles. The lowest title you can get.
What a title.
But yes, you guys are all now nobility.
Oh, I didn't know. That's exciting. I gotta work on having kids with Halia. It's gonna take a lot of tries, but we're gonna try.
DM, how do I do that? What do I roll?
What do I roll to get her pregnant?
Roll freak nasty. What's your modifier on that?
Oh, it's definitely like a plus
Pretty high.
10. Yeah, or
Yeah,
high.
but
Like 10 was being generous.
Isn't
plus
that
one for
like
each
a
girl you spend on.
D10,000 roll though, or something crazy like that?
I mean, where there's a will, there's a way. You know, got to stay
I will
positive.
keep trying, which means I'm gonna get a lot of rolls and a lot of re-rolls. All right.
Nah. We'll just we'll skip right to the end. We'll find you a wish spell, so you don't have to try it all.
Aww, that was cute, guys. Kind of a waste of a wish. Not really, but like a little. Like you could save the world, but like let's get. Let's
Hey,
get
your
girls
kids will be
pregnant.
your world. It'll be great.
Oh my god, I'm getting sappy already.
It's always gonna be. All right. So is that just Baron Sorrel? Is it Baron de Sorrel? Is there a modifier in there for the Lady
I will
Sorrel?
allow all of you to rename yourselves, give yourselves fanciness to your titles, because you guys would be
Ooh.
registering with the courts. So you all can figure out how you want your little noble names to be presented on paper, on official papers.
Yeah, because brush fingers
Excellent.
just really feels present,
Baron brush fingers.
even though they thought it was bush fingers when I first started.
Yes, we did.
It is brush fingers.
Sorrel is just a small plant that he saw on his way out of the Arctic. He didn't even have a last name. He was just wanted to feel like he was like everybody else.
So Lovril up to this point was titleless, right? Even though his dad was the Lord, he wasn't anything like any official title.
No, you have your family is nobility. You yourself, it's a good question. Like how I feel like he'd be like, "Oh, good work," and just like pat you.
Yeah, 'cause I'm already adult.
Yeah, you just gained reward money and like a medal. Like everybody else got medals as well, but yeah, you didn't get the low level Baron title. You've already when you're
No, but
I got rewarded with respect.
yeah, in the realm of nobility, doing that looks good for your family name. That looks good for
exactly.
your lord that you do serve, and
You've done
there
the
can
Gorels
be-
a service.
Yes, yes, exactly.
So
Maybe I'll take her name. It seems more fitting.
his kids would be already noble, even though she's a woman, right? Because she would have a title, Sister Grow, as well. Like, how does it work with women and titles? And like, would her kids get the titles?
Well, I think if she marries
was
into
adopted.
his, yeah, and if she marries into Marcus's, you know, once she joins with Marcus, yeah, I don't think she's
She would
she's
have his title.
carrying any official lineage like
Okay.
that. But yeah, so I mean that
Really
works
married
out.
up, Marcus.
Marcus, so cutting away from Alovril for a minute, Marcus,
Shit.
that kind of gives
Sorry.
you some points there, you know, like for Dad.
I do have a question about the timing of this.
Yeah.
Were we given our title, our barony, or whatnot before the wedding?
Before
We haven't
the
actually gotten them
wedding.
yet, right? We're
Yeah,
RPing,
so-
like we're actually in
So the timing of that's a good question. Let me pull up why it ate my calendar. Hold on. I have my D&D months up here. Okay, well that's not going to work in game. So we will pull up our Harpdos calendar here. You guys pretty much gone through the deep winter. I would say this is springtime, so let's gauge roughly 3 to 4 months after where we left off. So let me note in chat down here. Post winter, come spring. Neverwinter party. So yeah, you guys, when would you have wanted to get married? Before the children are born or after? That's a question I could just.
So the way I see it is,
And you would have gotten
Sister
this
Grower.
information from him about coming to Neverwinter and everything as soon as winter lets up, because it was, you know,
Okay.
midwinter.
yeah. So my feelings are we rushed from meeting to pregnancy so quickly that she would want to kind of have perhaps a longer engagement and have the children and, you know, plan a larger wedding. It feels like she spent a lot of her life in service to other people. She wants this moment for her, you know, almost a reward for the life she's made for herself, and now the retirement. She really wants to have a large event. You know, she hangs around Alovril and her family. She's used to these huge events, and that's why I was asking, because if we got married before, we could say, hey, we didn't know. But now with this title, that's going to carry, we're getting married, so now we have to make sure we invite people. We're going to have to, because we don't want to offend anybody, because now we would be royalty leaving out other people. So the timing is, you know, if we get the title, I'd want to wait on the wedding until she was ready, probably the following spring or the following summer.
Okay.
Would that make the kids bastards? Or since they got married after they like got unbastardized?
So here's the thing about history is it really depends on who's asking. If Lord Neverender, yep,
November.
no, thank you.
Never
I can't say that word. Neverender, like a wrestler.
It's okay.
Here
Reading
comes
it
Neverender.
breaks my mind.
There you
Oh, in Neverwinter is the November. Never ever will I
Yes.
November.
I'm gonna end up saying Nova winner.
You guys, this is not helping.
Oh yeah, we're not helping. We're making it worse.
So if he were to say, bestow the titlement to us from the start of the adventure, we could say that because of a royal heritage at the point predates the tryst nobles were allowed to have bastards and then could bring them into the family. So I'm thinking this is just kind of a hand wave on the timing for the paperwork.
Yeah. I would say because you want to get married before the kids are born, right? Like not the following spring, like a year later, but the spring following. All the partying and all that.
I was thinking following, because if we're coming into spring and into titles and the wedding's anytime after that, we have to engage with the other, lower level nobility or be shunned for not inviting them.
And you're saying you would want to tell Sister Girl you don't want to be around any nobility for the marriage?
No. Maybe I'm not explaining this. The official marriage entitling would be predating the adventure, so the children aren't bastards. She would want to have the wedding event a year following the birth of the children. So while there would be a paperwork wedding, I'm saying like, because I need to know what you would want from Sister Gorel, because she's got her own feelings about where she would, when and how she would want to get married. She does have to get married with her family present, and probably would have her father say, well, you best be married right away, we're not having bastards in this family. Wow.
Yeah,
you could have said that like 10 minutes ago.
No, that's why I asked like, what would you want from Sister Gorel? Like, what would you be wanting from her in that?
She agreed to marry me. That's all I want. I'm
okay, yeah, because you said you wanted to wait a year after, and I was like, okay. Her own personal
planning the party and the follow-up and the big event, not the
herself as a cleric would like to be married before the children are born, to follow her own kind of feelings on, because she gets that it's okay if that doesn't happen. But at the same time, she knows there's stigma, and she doesn't want anybody, even if it's frustration she doesn't care about. It's for her, it's like, well, let's avoid, anybody saying anything, and I know it'll get my father in a pickle, and just so she would be approaching it from that, like she wouldn't care either way, but at the same time, like, let's not go against the rivers. And I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to meet some of my extended family as well, and the whole ordeal.
No, and that's fine. What Marcus would bring to that is he doesn't believe in any of that, bastard stigma bullshit. So anything that would make her life easier is where he's at. So yeah.
All right. Okay. Awesome.
Whenever she's willing to say yes, I'll be there.
All right. Then let me note this down.
With bare fingers.
Am I the maid of honor or the flower girl?
Hang on. We'll get there. Because I'll drop when that pops off, because I need to start listing things here.
I was just making it funny, but apparently.
All right. So.
I ask a question when you have a second.
We all have so many.
I have a question too.
Okay, 1 second. Man, I wish my calendar in-game was working. That's something I'm fixing because I want to start using it. I miss it. It's fun being able to tell you guys funny things like, well, it's currently midsummer. Flame rule the 30th. You guys are like, oh.
Okay.
It's already flame rule? You guys will be married within the time of flowers. Kythorn, the 6th month of the year.
Could you drop that in chat? I don't want to try and spell that.
Yeah, marriage first summer of the following year in the month of Kythorn. Time of flowers. All right, and I will share my note with you. All right. So I kind of want to skip time together a bit. So we'll go from where we left off to summer. So that'll be our first major jump, pretty much half a year jump. So while you're still standing there, Marcus, in half a year, 6 to 7 months, what anything that you would want to do, sister, over this time, Sister Gorell went from still being as much of a I can do it myself kind of person, and she's still not like showing, in a huge way or any physical changes like that. So she's still been so gung-ho and ready to go and doing work she shouldn't be doing and running around helping people constantly. In that time, what are you doing? Like, I take it you've decided to live with her in her home for these 6 months at least. I wanna know how you feel as Marcus sitting there in Phandalin, just doing the day to day.
I feel pretty good. At first, after things settled down, I did spend a little time kind of getting back to nature a little bit, kind of meditating, just bringing the old blood pressure down a little bit. But as the pregnancy went on, I wanted to be closer and closer, so I would spend more time with her, and I wanted to work just on the other side of the Lion Shield Coster was the woodworker that I never got to speak to. If it's possible, I'd like to maybe work with him, maybe learning to fashion furniture and some carving that would allow me to, keep my hands busy and learn a skill while still being close to Sister Grell to not help, as she does not need me, I know, but to be there just in case I can be of use.
Okay. In Lost Mine, you actually get to meet that man. No spoilers, but in Lost Mine, he exists. Thel Dendrar is the woodworker. He has a wife named Myrna. His wife, I'll put this in chat for you as well. And 2 children, Nars and Nilsa. And you would come to know this family very well if you're going to be working with him. He would be extremely excited to have somebody interested in working at a shop with him. He's an older fella, can't really do much on his own anymore, but he's got that working spirit in him. Those guys that are still riding Harleys at 80 years old, and you're like, do you ever sit down? He's that kind of fella. So having you there helping him out, he would teach you anything he knows about how to treat wood, his processes, and I'm sure as a druid yourself, you've kind of already got a knack for it, but have that as something to play with in your head. I know we've talked about a little something. I don't know if you want me to say it out loud, but a little something you wanted to work on.
I talked with the group in our last one. I think they know what it is. I think we'll leave it
kind of vague.
Surprise if we can. Yeah.
So when it comes to something like that, working with this man only goes to help your knowledge go farther. And so not only magic means, the magic is within you yourself for doing that work you want to do, but just being around him and having more experiences and understanding the different you understand the trees, you almost have this connection with the forest, but he understands them in a far different way. He understands them as tools in the world, and so you pick up so much from this man, and as well, he picks up a lot from you. Little differences about the woods and stuff that he had never known from, you know, a druid's perspective.
And that's what I wanted to bring together, is the craftsmanship from one world and the natural chaos from another, and just the kind of joining them, and to give you kind of some of the big picture. I'm hoping as we progress and we perhaps get to bigger cities to at some time start working with making instruments, so into finer woodwork for stringed instruments, or even reeded instruments, something like that, just to continue kind of something that allows him to feel connected to, no matter where he is, there's some wood, there's something he can touch and shape and
Gotcha.
do that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's nice too, because, you know, if you guys did ever have to, like, for whatever reason, end up in the big city, you know, a druid away from the grove, having that connection and that kind of work that you could do in your own time would still kind of bring you that peace and that connection back to where you came from. So with I would say this might be something I have to ask the group about. You did tell me you would ask about Randar Tithings in those 4 weeks when we left off. So when you asked around, everybody in Phandalin had no idea who you were talking about. Nobody had ever seen an old man. You describe his nose, the weathered face, like everything about him that you could remember. Nobody had ever heard of the man. And I don't know if you'd ever just start asking strangers, like, we're in Neverwinter, can I ask about this old man? He just kind of was, yeah, nobody knows. Nobody had ever seen this man.
Okay.
Some of the other
That's
stuff.
useful.
Yeah.
No, because I will come back to it. I'll spend my life now, because anyone who can see the future, at some point I want to find them. So, you know, it may be 10, 30, 5,000 years from now, I'm still looking for Randar, believe me.
Okay, so you'll always keep your feelers up if there's ever mention of an old man. Okay.
It may not be the most prominent thing on my mind, but it is always, until I know that he's either gone or I had some kind of psychotic episode, I'll be looking for him.
Okay. Let's see here. So the rest of this stuff I will have to continue after we get everybody else caught up to the summer, because some of the stuff is joint that I want all of you to answer or go over together at the same time. So next we have... Whoa, okay. Don't want to do that. Sorry. We've got Fada. Small Fada. Hi. So, pretty much after... I guess I'll do the same for you. Eloverl, after everything I had told you, that information and whatnot, get yourself kind of caught up into the summer. Consider what you would be doing, unless you were just like, I'm still gonna stick with my sister. And when I kind of say, all right, I'm gonna bring all of you together, I'll ask you if there's anything that you wanted to add to it. Otherwise, I would assume from what me and you have talked about, Eloverl would be heading back to Waterdeep at, you know, sooner rather than later, to kind of get back into the routine of the life he's always been living.
Okay. I did have one question about the things you said happened, like with the informant and everything, before I start thinking. So Moira knows that he's a Halia informant because we have like a spy network.
Yes.
But is that information that I should keep to myself? Like, would I be revealing something I shouldn't be doing? Like,
that is your call and your judgment, because so what
You don't know
what Moira's
me.
job is. Yeah, you don't know if Fada is with that whole with the Zentrum stuff going on, but Halia doesn't hide it. It's she just doesn't talk about it, but it's something, you know, in Phandalin people are like, oh yeah, she's Miss Halia is with the Zentrum, you know, probably ask her. So it's not super secret. She's not with the MI6 or some crazy shit. But what Moira does, a Justicar of Tyr, she's kind of the dark network of your clergy, your people. So she's got her feelers. She works closely with the Zentrum. So it's up to you what you divulge to people. You're a good guy. Loveral's an honest person. Like, you don't, if something is not absolute secret, that information you're getting is up to you. Like, I don't think over the table, I don't think Moira would share anything with you that's only need to know in that sense. Like,
yeah, that's what I was curious about. Like, is it top secret?
No, she wouldn't share with you anything that's like, you know, crazy. But she will keep you safe. Yeah, she would keep you safe. She would let you know things that you need to know. And it's up to you, like, if you were to share things with people.
Okay.
Oh, and also a Loverall. In that time, from your trip to Neverwinter, back over to Phandalin to say goodbye to them or spend a few more weeks off, you would have gotten word stopping between Neverwinter and Phandalin back over at Alex High Road Inn. Just lucky, almost as if Timora herself did hear your sister's prayer, as you heard them talking about the Reavers. Yeah, heard the whole group was just wiped out. They called it quits. Their leader, don't even know where he went. I haven't seen him since. Seems like, you know, this winter something got to him and took them all out. And you would hear that there was a rumor of one of the second in command, Celine, was spotted in Waterdeep.
All right. And this happened around the time that I also found out about Halia's informant.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh boy.
No, so here's the thing. I know how that sounds. I didn't even, if I'm going to be honest, I don't want to keep you fucking freaking out. If I'm going to be honest, when I just realized what I said, I'm like, oh, wait, what? No. When you heard about Halia's informant, it's, that was like shady in its own sense. Like, this is freshly after you guys just dealt with, this necromancy stuff. A man whose body was found showed signs of like 3-day-old death, but he was talking to them that morning. Like, this, you know, this totally feels like with the weird shit you guys were dealing with, like nothing to do with the Reapers. This is something completely different. Gave you a different vibe. Hearing about her was just more like just passing talk, hearing about, yeah, they finally took care of that cutthroat group, you know, wasn't any good having them for hire, you know. Highest bidder could get them to do whatever the hell they wanted, killing people and, you know, robbing. So that was just more, not related. I could fuck with you and put you in some weird shit, but no.
Just had to check.
Yeah. And I know you're a little paranoid with what I said about how I'm going to get you to the next place. Like, whether you want to go or not, you're going. So no, that has nothing to do with each other. Two different events.
All right.
All right. Sudamir. Let me tell you guys a little bit about Sudamir here. Sorry, Feda. We got excited and distracted.
It's okay.
Let me hear what Feda does from winter into the summer. How does Feda, without you guys being pressed constantly to go fight the spellcasters in the Neverwinter Wood? Oh shit, we've been attacked. Watch out, a dragon will swoop down on you at any fucking moment. What do you do now? It's peaceful. It's chill.
Definitely taking a little bit of time to relax for once, as you know, I've spent a lot of my life on the run from what I thought Moira was trying to kill me. And spending a lot of time with Halia, and like we definitely would have had a lot of talks and things like that, because you know we did get into that fight, but everything was fine, right? And I would have continued to do Zenorum quests as Halia requested them and things like that, as well as spending time learning how she runs the Miners' Exchange as well. And then I kind of talked with Alovril about this earlier today. I wanted to help him also try to figure things out about Celine using like my underground connections from like my past, as well as like Zenorum, just as like he helped me with Moira, I want to help him find Celine kind of thing.
Gotcha. So with that, if you were telling him that, he came back, told you guys about, well, you've all been invited to Neverwinter, and then while you guys are riding a carriage out to Neverwinter, or before you even head out that way, he tells you, and guess what I heard, over at I stopped back over at Alex's place, to rest up for the night, and I heard rumor that she was in Waterdeep. And you guys combined, even if you, at some point while you guys are drinking together and Halia walks in and you guys are like, hey, would you happen to know anybody like that we could ask about this Reaver chick? You guys would be able to let me pull up my map
also, I
here.
would not ever divulge that I let her go. Did not tell him that.
I assume Marcus is nowhere near these conversations. I'm just off working with the wood and the making furniture and rocking chairs and learning that kind of. Okay,
this is them having their little geeky talk about. She's so beautiful, and you're just like, all right, well, you guys keep doing your thing.
I miss her so much.
Yeah,
geeking, and I'm like helping a friend who helped me.
Right. Well, Marcus doesn't know exactly what's going on. He'd have a conversation with Alovril and try and give him some advice, knowing full well that Alovril has no interest in listening. But I just want it noted that he did try to do the big brother thing. He's trying to look out for him and let him know not to stick his dick in crazy, but everybody's got to learn that fire's hot. So I just want it noted that I said something. You don't need to change anything. Just for the record. I was a good big brother.
You tried.
Yes, thank you. That's all I wanted. Thank you.
So you guys would actually, between what you guys have figured out and speaking with Halia, eventually, whether or not you're still in town when you get this information, Aetherius, it will be delivered to you one way or another by courier or Halia sending you a message. That the second in command from formerly the Reavers was spotted working at a shop at Veller's Lane in the trade district, the trades ward of Waterdeep.
All right. Alovril would smile at that and think she's turning her life around.
So,
see, I knew she was a good woman.
Veller's Lane.
Fire hot, son. Fire hot.
tradesward.
I am
Waterdeep.
the best wingman.
True story.
The best wingman, dude. Come on.
True
Mhm.
I
story.
let her go. I helped him find her. Like, let's go.
You could roll that back too, because you got me out of that awkward shit with Toblin too.
I think I also put you in the awkward shit with Toblin.
All right, we'll call that one a wash, but you did help with Sister Corral, so we'll.
I did it, but I helped you out of it.
Beer, the cause of and solution to all life's problems. All right.
So, Fada.
Yes.
Roll perception.
Ooh. First roll of the
There's rolls?
night.
We're doing rolls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I roll? Okay.
How do I roll? Never played this.
I didn't think we were going to do any rolls, and my perception is so bad. See?
All right. So throughout winter, everything is as it should be. I need you to roll me another perception check for spring.
What is happening? Oh god, that's persuasion. Can I do persuasion?
Nope.
It's much more better.
Or insight. I will let you use insight for these.
It's the same. I'm not wise. It's
And
worse.
summer. One more.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on, baby. When?
Oh. All right.
Me.
So I will use 8 as the low level of detection, and share with you a minimal amount. You notice, come summertime, Halia is giving you a little bit of a vibe that she's distracted, maybe, or has something on her mind. And whenever you've tried to broach it about her, she does a good job of reassuring you that everything's fine, and you feel that she means that. Like, so she's probably just been stressed with work.
I don't get advantage because she's my boo. Can I get advantage because
No,
she's my boo?
it's probably
and I know
disadvantage
her
because she's your boo.
mannerisms? No, I think that's advantage. God, why?
No, don't worry. You'll have more chances. It's going to be seasonal rolls.
Oh, okay. Is she
6
pregnant?
months.
No.
Did I do it? Did I do it? She's hiding it.
All right. So other than helping him out, I will say that Halia has approached you and asked you if you would like to help her out if you're not busy with the boring office stuff, and aside from you running on your Zentrum jobs.
Oh yeah, I would definitely love to help her out.
All right, and what
In
she
any way, really.
wants help with, she's kind of wanting to teach you what she knows when it comes to the work she does.
Do
So-
I know at this point that she's a baller? Is she a baller?
Do
Like,
you
do I
know
know
if
these
she's a
things?
baller? What do you mean by a
Yes.
baller? What exactly are we balling?
Like, cause like I picked up on this a little bit. Like her fancier house, like she's got money, right? Like not like money, but like she's got money.
Yeah, she's got money.
Yes. Yeah, so I'm like, let me in on like the business. Let's run this together. Let's make even more money.
She's got money that she paid to have her house built in Phandalin, unmarried, with no other help, no family.
Right.
Um,
Money. Okay.
she's not like baller rich status where she can go do
Yeah.
whatever she wants. But she is proficient, like self-sufficient money. If she needs
Got
it, she can get it. Like, but not she's not going to be buying champagne, renting out the carriage, and having it take her into
Yeah.
Waterdeep and throwing bills everywhere. She's not that kind of baller.
But I'm definitely like, I do see that and like teach me your ways kind of thing. And like maybe if we combine our talents together, we can make more together. and
Okay.
just be like happy, rich people in love.
All right. Well, you're going to be one of the first people that I give an absolute thumbs up to about a change to your character, permanent change. Beyond summer, just because of this relationship and bond you have with Halia, you'll get a +2 to any rolls you make from charisma, persuasion, intimidation to anyone who's a merchant.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Nice.
Let's go.
So that's not only from you know, from now till summer, that's in all what you're going to pick up from Halia for this whole time skip. This will be your what you have gained.
I didn't expect that.
So that is a special note you need to make sure you keep track of. So you could throw that at me. Hey, whoa, hang on, this guy sells fish, right? +2, motherfucker.
Like, even if I'm not trying to buy anything, as long as they are a merchant, and like
Yes.
if we're questioning a
If
merchant,
they are a
like,
tradesman, if they sell something, like if they
Oh no!
if they are some kind of person who makes a profit off of like trading goods, you get a
brothel
+2.
workers, are those goods or not?
Valid.
Valid question. Valid question. We
Yes.
don't know. We could end up in a brothel.
Yes, that's
Valid
because
question.
that is, yes, they work
They sell people.
yeah, they
sell
they're in
happiness.
that world. They're business people.
Merchant of love.
Okay, we don't know where we're gonna end up. Okay, I need to make sure that this is like we selling anything.
What have you
Yes.
done to the merchants of this world?
I will be getting us the best deals.
Now again,
On the market.
Jesus.
with you guys know how I am at the table, so it's like if you know that the shopkeep appreciates somebody who's honest with them, and then I make you roll to persuade them. I'm gonna say the average roll was 15, so a little above normal, like a medium difficulty. I would drop it to 10 if you were honest with them in your persuasion attempt. You know, like those kind of behaviors is what makes me adjust rolls for you. So having that kind of mindset, like, don't, you know, when you get a +2 to any rolls against merchants and stuff, it is still going to be up to your RP that influences the rolls.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Is it, like,
but that
kinda
could
like the
be
time where
very important for you.
Okay, kind of like that time where I managed to persuade Halia about the gem because I said I know it's worth more.
Yeah,
And
if you
Kind of like that.
yeah, like if you just walk in and you go, I want to persuade them. I can't think today. I just persuade them. I'm gonna roll. Then I'm gonna make it's flat. But if you role play your character and you make sense and you can make that NPC feel what you're trying to dish out, that's how
Got
I
it.
influence the rolls. So I
Okay.
think you guys are already aware that's what I do. But yeah, I take whatever the standard is for the roll, and then I adjust it either more difficult. Like, I'm going to threaten him. Well, this guy, fuck you. Like, he's already told you, fuck you.
Yeah.
And he's going to be aggressive. That's going to be a harder intimidation check because this guy, I just described that his veins are sticking out of his biceps and his fist is clenched. And he's like, you want to fucking tussle? And now you're trying to intimidate that guy. He's, harder intimidation.
Yeah.
He's ready to throw
definitely-
down.
Knew that you would give us like some kind of advantage for being more persuasive or more by describing what we're doing.
Yeah,
but
the
I
role
just
play.
didn't know like the number thing that you did.
Yep.
That you took the number and that makes.
I
That's cool.
adjust whatever the original roll was to your RP level of how you spoke to the character.
Got it. Okay. That is a really cool buff. Yeah.
All right. So, aside from working with her, helping Aetherius out, and doing and speaking of your Zentrum stuff, this also goes beyond summer. So go ahead and write this down.
Okay.
You will have achieved a new rank within the network. So you are no longer Fang. You are now Wolf.
Oh, Oh, okay. I was like, but Fang was kind of hot, but that's cool too.
Yes.
That's hot too.
Wolves only receive their rank beyond Fang because they have shown that they are aligned within the Zhentarim's goals, and that you can take on more responsibility.
Any chance that would have not happened if I had killed the Harper?
If you want to just spitball that out a bit, if you had killed the Harper, I mean, there's so many what ifs that could have come out of that. Falcon could have been like, "Oh fuck, there's a body in the kitchen," because we don't know where you would have hid the body, like who would have discovered you, like did Pell walk out and you cut his throat because you got scared, like
Jesus,
like things could have went so off. But no, if you had killed him and then gotten rid of the body and made it look like he left in the middle of the night and everything was good and clean, it would not have affected this. It probably would have had an effect on Halia, like the fuck, like
she's kind of crazy.
yeah, and you might have had a talking to, and depending, that's just a whole different cup of tea we did not drink.
I'm glad I didn't drink that, because making her angry, I'm scared of the hole. And not the good hole, the bad hole.
Yes, we must avoid Halia's hole at all costs.
Praise the hole.
Praise the hole.
Praise the
You're a mess.
I'm a mess?
For some of you, if I have told some of you some things that I'm giving you before we've met up for tonight, if I don't want any of you to feel like, oh man, I wish I got something like that, or feel left out or anything, trust me, there are some, you might not feel that it's the same as exactly as getting a +2 roll. It might not, some things might not influence your rolls, but they might have profound effects on you at a later point, and it's something I'm cooking for you slowly. So I try to love all of you equally, my beautiful little people. So yeah, have faith in me that you will also shine and be loved and pet.
Pet.
Can I ask a couple nonsense questions?
Yeah.
First of all, is there a painting over the bar of Marcus refreshing himself in the Phandalin stream? You know what? Yeah. I wonder who painted it. Who would have been watching Marcus refresh himself at the stream?
It was the
Sure.
old guy that I can't ever remember his name.
I bet it was Norbus.
I was thinking it was just
Darren?
the guy who knew his children's name.
Darren? Oh yeah, maybe Darren was out in his orchard, and you, because here, let me show you the map. This is where I'm imagining you in the stream. Let's go to Phandalin. There's a stream right up here, right behind his orchard.
That's where I took Sister Gorell for our first date. Remember we talked about that?
Yeah, and I feel like Darren might have come out
that's
here
where I
one
was
day
thinking, too.
with his easel and just saw you bathing, kind of waved and was like, hello there, Marcus. Don't mind
You
me.
could have seen me before that date.
I'm not doing anything. Nothing strange here. As he just starts like painting really fast so he could get in, get out. Okay, let me go.
I was just curious about that, and and I don't know. You can punt on this one, but if it's not important to the story, what happened to Brachus?
That is actually something I'm going to be covering.
Okay, I won't. No.
As soon as
no further questions.
As soon as the summertime part's done, I was going to jump to a report you guys got about some things that had happened through winter and spring.
I just, the last thing we saw was him running into the hills, and we know, over the table, we know Celine is free, and he was definitely on her list. So I was trying, if it was just like, oh yeah, nobody ever found out, that was fine. But if you've got something, I'm very excited.
All right.
Let's get it.
So Fada, is there anything you need from me at this point?
I wanted to also say that on some of my more free time when I'm not like with Holly or doing Zenorum stuff, like I spend a little bit of time with Marcus woodworking. Not like anything crazy, just like a little bit of time.
Just is it for what reason? Like, and that sounds, I'm not asking you in like you need to tell me a reason. Is this like Feta wants to bond with Marcus?
That, and then I want to make something specific that's not like, we talked about it the other day, that I don't want to tell Marcus.
Okay.
What it is.
Okay.
You remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, I don't, but you can refresh me after the game.
No, remember? I said plastic, and you were like, plastic doesn't exist.
I remember saying that, but dude,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
fried. I don't know anything anymore.
Like, it's nothing crazy.
Yeah,
because
just the fact that I don't remember, I know it's not crazy because I would remember crazy, you know?
yeah, it was cute.
Okay, thank you. You said cute. That's the keyword. Okay, I'm on board.
Okay, cute's always the keyword. Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay.
nothing like insane. It was just like more bonding with Marcus, talking about how he's feeling about the kids and discussing like the wedding.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does Marcus see this as like, oh, she picked up a piece of wood, but really she's just here to chit chat. I didn't know you were actually paying attention to what we were doing.
Marcus, to you,
okay, that's kind of, yeah.
You would really think that because what you would see her doing is like cute things that just don't make, okay, you keep doing that. Is that an elephant? Oh, cute. Like, just she's like on that level.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Yeah.
She's like tying sticks together, and I'm like, that's great.
And he's like making chairs and tables and shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're like a little kid with just doing something to a piece of wood.
He surprises you with lunch one day, and he goes, "Oh, where's my little woodworker?" And he like rubs your hair.
Almost spit my drink out. Because I had the perfect image in my head of that happening.
All right, so yeah, okay. Let me move you over here. Sudamir, just because I need to give some closure here as to what becomes of Sudamir. In the end, he sought a pilgrimage of sorts to re-find his purpose as a paladin. Perhaps after seeing Sister Gorel and her brother Elovril here, their power and their devotion and their protection with these deities and encountering the things that you guys have encountered, dealing with things greater than man, greater than monster, but gods themselves, kind of involving themselves in your lives. It's led Sudamir to kind of question if there's not more to his life, if he feels he has more to learn about the world, about himself. So it's not only a spiritual pilgrimage, but it's one within himself that he has set out on. He left that winter just a few weeks later with Ida, who is right here. He took her as if it were a quest to Neverwinter because she was also setting out on her own in the world. She's worked here at the Stonehill for a few years. She's not originally from here. She just wanted to get away from her hometown and experience the world on her own as an adult. And with everything that's happened in Phandalin, she's kind of been stuck to remain here while all that was going on, because she was about to leave before Cryovane had first appeared. But she's been saving up her earnings here, sleeping for free here, thanks to Toblin. You're welcome. And she headed off to Neverwinter, and Sudamir escorted her as he made his way out as well. And I'm happy to tell you guys that, skipping ahead even beyond this winter to summer moment, the two of them connected. Sudamir finally learned where the clitoris is. he learned that's why I feel funny down here. Like, he had a lot of those personal questions he had about himself, and answered with Ida. But no, honestly, or not honestly, but seriously, he sets down the shield for a while, and he works doing what he can, some hard physical work, while Ida picked up a job in Neverwinter. When you guys went to Neverwinter, you saw him for the ceremony and everything, and with his new title and the reward money, he and Ida got a little place right outside of town, to the north of the northern gates. So he's kind of becoming a little bit of a family man, and maybe one day we'll have some updates and some happy stories about him with his little rugrats running around. And now I can go over some of these side notes leading up into the summer.
Is he using the mining skills that Norbus and Dazzlin taught him?
That is brilliant. Yes, he is. He heads up to the northeast, doing a lot of the physical labor I was talking about. A group of gnomes and dwarves work I believe it's the crags up there, and he joins their mining parties. Very rough work when he first started, so thank God for those titles you guys got, because he was kissing her goodbye at 3 a.m. as they took a carriage out north and then hopped off that to start walking up the steep slopes, spending a week or two at a time out there, coming back home all black in the face like he's been in the coal mines for days. So my notes that I wanted to talk about, the body, right.
That's ominous.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't tell you it was a body. So, with the whole thing about them going out to recover Dib, when a party of guards went out to recover his body, they not only found his, but they found a second body miles southwest of the Icespire hold. Not too far from where you had indicated that Dib was laid to rest. This body had its head severed and the eyes removed. They brought it back into Phandalin as they were unsure of whom this man was, and wanted to ask all of you who had been through that region if it was someone you had encountered. And you could all identify him as Brachus, the Reaver who had fled Icespire during your fight.
I'm sure it wasn't Celine.
Fuck me. That poor guy. Oh, shit.
Damn, I was rooting for him. I really was. I was like... He was the worst. I had this whole life built for him where he's like, I'm terrible at being a guard. I'm just going to go back and earn a living. And he lived happily ever after.
One day you meet Brachus, and I'm like, you guys roll perception, because you notice this guy's stiffening up, and he's like, you take a seat anywhere you want. And he's like wiping your table real fast.
That poor guy. Either we were going to kill him, Celine was going to kill him, or he was going to die in the weather. He was just doomed from the start. I tried to save him,
Yeah.
That's fucking funny. Thank you for adding that.
We would have let him come with us, but
Moira would speak with you on her way back to Waterdeep Feta. She would tell you during her sit down with you that the orcs that had originally come into Phandalin, that she had killed, she would tell your whole party this, that they were screaming and yelling, looking for the necromancer, demanding that the betrayer show themselves as they rushed to start scouring the shops in the residences.
Would we have an idea who the betrayer is?
They were looking for a necromancer.
A Dabra.
Okay, but betrayer.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they're with Talos and she's with Merkel. Like maybe they were working together, but then
Yeah, that is for
Sure.
you guys to solve and puzzle
Mhm.
together.
Mhm.
But that is why they were in Phandalin. They weren't looking for you. They weren't there to rough up Phandalin. They were specifically screaming and enraged, looking for the betrayer.
Interesting. Okay.
Let's see here. Real quick before I continue with Moira. Dib's old ass horse needs care. When the old ass horse came back from Axholm with the rest of Phandalin, this horse is so old. If anybody other than Feta sits on it at this point, like you kind of feel bad that Dib was riding it, because he shouldn't have been. The horse is that old. Like Feta, you would feel awkward sitting on the guy. Does anybody want to like take care of it? Because
Yeah. I owe Princess Buttercup a stable, so I'll work with Mr. Didn't get to play ball.
Barthen?
Yes, Mr. Barthen, and for the time being, speak with Princess Buttercup and have her help me just provide with the old war horse anything he needs in his age. I'll go over after work and check in on them, clean them, feed them, that kind of stuff. That's
So wholesome.
I would do that daily, and I would also anytime I saw Feta, I would walk by and jab her in the ribs and remind her to feed her sturge.
Do you just, so you guys don't know the name of this horse, or if he ever named it? Do you just come and, like, when you spend time with it, do you just call it like, "How you doing, old man"?
I mean, I just wait 10 minutes and have a chat with them. I mean, that's how I work with Princess Buttercup. I'm like, "Hey, what do you need? Brush down? You hungry?" I'm not just guessing. I'm asking them what they need. So when I check in, I'm talking to them. So if they have something to say, they would have many opportunities to. It's a ritual cast. I would do it all the time. I like animals more than most people. So.
Let me show you guys this as well. Sorry to jump back and forth on these maps.
I also have a horse question.
So you guys, from time to time would, it's like almost every day at dusk, you would see Elmer Barthen standing atop the town green, the hill, standing above the houses, just like staring off into the sunset, with a little grappling hook in hand, kind of like tossing it and like just flailing it around and just watching the sunset before he just turns and like makes his way home.
Man,
He does that from winter to summer, just every day, like he's waiting for something.
Would I see this?
Yes,
I was like,
you see, you
nice
guys, like you guys like see this happening every day. You're like,
Okay.
Sister
I'm
Grell's
not
like,
sure.
he's
I'm
out there
sorry.
again.
No. So I would be seeing him more often as I take care of the horses, and I would talk to him. I talk to everyone. I think that's pretty canon. I'm fairly outgoing. So I would find, I'm sure, that he is missing some connection, and I would I'd ask him if he ever had any kids, or if he could help me. I haven't thrown a ball in 20, 30 years, and I'd go out and kind of craft together a small smooth ball and just toss it around and check in on him, just to make sure that look into the distance isn't him thinking about walking into the ocean. Just want to check in on him. I feel like I know she's off doing her thing, but if Sister Gorel had seen this, she would have done something like that because I feel. I don't know. I love this town, and I don't want anybody to be that happy.
So
that he needs to throw the grappling hook with him.
So,
oh yeah, absolutely.
That's
We could go out and find a tree, and see if we could. I'd give him a little hand up to climb the rope on the grappling hook, so he could feel like he's adventuring.
So I don't want to ruin our mood. I wanted to keep this happy and lighthearted. But I will say Barthen did lose all of his family, his child and his wife years ago. So me making my little jokes like, oh, I thought you were going to play catch with me. Like, yeah, I am being funny, but at the same time, he does have a sad little story to him that I will not. I was going to narrate it really depressing for you. Like when you were like, I asked him if he had any kids and stuff, but no, I'm going to keep it lighthearted. So yeah, you kind of find that out about him, and me doing this play where he's always wanting to play catch and stuff. I am overselling it, but yeah, he does have a little bit of his little darkness to him and sadness, reminiscing of those days. So with that though, you checking in on him and whatnot, I'm going to get into something again with that later, like in another little time skip here, involving him since you've approached him and kind of making sure he's not going to walk into the ocean.
Yeah, and honestly, with Fada's going to be popping in and out. Ilovril has his stuff. With Sister Gorel becoming more pregnant, Marcus would be close to town, and he's already so connected with the people here, reaching out, so he kind of knows everybody and is just generally around helping. If Lenine needed some help moving her forge, or Halia needed me to go look for some dwarves who haven't checked in or something, I would just generally be around the town.
Gotcha. You just really taken to the town.
Right, kind of. Yeah, go ahead.
To add a cute note, every time I left for like a mission, I went to Marcus and asked him to look out for Halia while I was gone, even though she can handle herself. You never know when she needs backup.
Of course.
That's a cute side note.
I imagine it kind of like really simple and funny almost. Like she's in her office, like, here, let me come down here real quick. I'll bring Marcus's token. She's like in her office and about to close up, and he just kind of like knocks on the door, knock knock, and she like her head looks up and he like kind of pops his head and he's like, all good? And she's like, yeah. And then he goes, all right. And then he's gone. And it's like, she knows he's checking in on her, and she knows you asked him to do it. And it's more like they're both adults that are just like, hey, okay. Yep, you did your job, Marcus. Thanks.
My mind went really weird, and it's like he turns into a squirrel and makes sure she's fine. Like he just hangs out in a tree and he's like, yeah, she's good.
That would be if Fada was a druid, I feel like.
No. If there was that'd be a normal check-in. Like, you good? All right, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, like that's honestly how it would go. You're like, yeah, you're both adults, and you're just doing it to make me feel better. Like, she doesn't really need your help.
Yeah,
but it makes me feel better.
But if there was,
do it.
Yeah, if there was something going on and you weren't around, I would go into that kind of, for anyone in the town, but obviously,
Marcus is like, do I have to explain why I'm here? And she's like, I think I know why you're here. And then he's like, okay, well, have a good night.
And then just come back and I'm like, everything was good? Yeah, everything's fine.
Fada, I want to add one little touch, if that's okay, to your going out. Is that anytime it's just you and I, and we're going to be separating like that, like you say, hey, keep an eye on her, or if I have to go somewhere and I, hey, I'm out of town for a day or two. I just want to know that you and I have some goofball little weird handshake
Oh yeah.
like thing we do that we don't let anyone else see because it would be like super lame if anybody else saw it, but we're like totally 100% committed to it. Are you down,
Yeah.
committed to that? Okay,
Like I
great.
give you a hug, but then we do some weird like secret handshake, like in the
Yeah,
middle. of the
yeah,
hug, and then
absolutely.
nobody would see
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, got you. All right.
All
I just want to
right.
make that
Look-
canon if that's all
I
right.
still want to look cool. I just don't.
Oh, yeah.
So, everybody good so far?
One small question.
Yes.
So,
One for me too.
is asbestos still a? Does he still come?
Yes,
when I
he
call?
does.
Okay.
Oh.
I didn't know if like there was some kind of, because I know we talked about being like Azdraka and the Slayer, but it wasn't actually Azdraka. But I just wanted to see if asbestos was still. That's it.
Okay.
For the informant and the body and all of that, I didn't really say what I was gonna do. Should I just explain that now? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, he would tell Halia and have a conversation, inform her that her informant, like, what happened to him. And he would see if he can help, but I'm assuming since it's Zentrum business, she would handle it herself.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Sorry. My notes are wonky because we have timeline and then we have everybody's name listed with every different subnote of notes. So I'm a little all over the place.
I'm sorry.
Dude, you're balancing infinite universes
Yeah.
and possibilities is not something you can do on the fly. Come
Yep.
on.
And on one sheet, so I'm like scrolling this.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So you would share that with her?
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's good.
My
See,
dog.
little things like that.
My
It
dog.
might be like, hey, I know I don't have to share this with her, but I'm gonna before I leave, I would like let Halia know what was up with Drebus.
Yeah.
Stuff
I just
like-
have to process it for a bit.
That now, if you think about it over the table, if you think about it in perspective of little things like that could lead to different responses in the future if you're ever having to deal with an NPC. So like you ever have to deal with Halia about something, yeah, you already have history with her, but
Mhm.
sharing stuff like that, that's like, that might do you a solid down the road, that
Mhm.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think it would also, because like, would Halia tell me after? Like, would she let
No,
me in on it,
not
or
at
no?
all. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
she would.
Okay.
she would tell you. She would tell you.
And so then
Never
that would
ask me
also,
about my business.
like, that would, I think, would also sway me a little more in your direction as well.
Ah,
The
yeah.
fact that you were trusting to let her know that information, it would also look good in my eyes.
Nice.
All
So
right.
There's that. There's just also one last thing that I wanted to mention of like what he would be doing during that time.
Okay.
After the discovery of the body, he would like start to think maybe something's coming, and he would start to train again, but like more intensely than before. Because having finally adventured and gotten more combat experience, he started to realize like some of his like his weak spots and also like where he needs to improve on. So he'd be wearing his heavy armor all the time to get used to it, and swinging the sword, just always training whenever there's free time for it in a day.
So taking his training much more seriously.
Much more seriously, yeah.
Okay.
Because it ended well with Cryovane, but he doesn't want to get too arrogant and wind up getting somebody killed or himself killed.
I'm
Okay.
sure you heard about the ghoul incident in the Banshee.
Yeah, hearing about all the other things they went through, he's like, "Yeah,
I
I
don't
need
know
to
what you're talking
get some
about.
training in."
Yeah, and I mean, Aloverall, that was
Spiders.
you've had your share of combat, goblins here and there.
Mhm.
But that whole experience with, you meeting up with this crew and some of the encounters you guys had, like that was eye-opening for you, especially having Tyr kind of pass judgment on you for actions in combat, stuff like that. So I could see that having kind of a profound effect on you. And then also like that whole fight with at the Falcon's Lodge, and feeling as if, oh shit, this might be the end here, and my magic. But watching this man who doesn't have an ounce of magic, you know, and retired, and just sitting there and fighting and joining you at your side, and it showed how much training the man had. So I feel like it would have that profound effect on your mindset. Yeah,
and he would want to go train with Falcon as well, but I was thinking he would do that more around summertime.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of open up a door for you guys to head there. Not really jointly. You'll see.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about that then?
Yeah.
So you'd be training in Phandalin?
Well, I imagine with his cleric duties, noble duties, the people of Phandalin and everything, he'd probably be on the road pretty often, going like between whether it's Neverwinter or Phandalin.
Yeah,
post
Neverwinter and coming back, and then you all heading out. So, Alovro, you technically would have taken quite a good amount of time off. Probably the whole winter you would have been kind of snuggled up here in Phandalin, at least for the winter. Then gone with them to Neverwinter, did the ceremony, and then from there you guys kind of split ways. You know, you head off one way, you guys say your goodbyes at the crossroads there, Tribor Trail, and then heading south onto continuing down the high road. And then
I was gonna ask. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask if he was in Phandalin when he had trained before. I'd like to, keep that training going, kind of, just so I can touch base with a little bit everybody as much as I can, because training against somebody in armor is great. I can turn into a polar bear without killing you, so you can, have to use actual strength, instead of just my druid form, which you could toss around like a rag doll. But
good practice for training against all types of creatures too.
Right. So, and it gives me a chance to spend time in animal form when doing so otherwise might seem a little unnecessary, or hey, quit it, we're trying to walk our fucking carts through here. Like, Marcus, come on, move. So just something to that effect, just to and because he's gonna be family, he's gonna be and I want to know about Sister Gorell before she was Sister Gorell. I want to know about his family. I want any intel he can give me on dealing with his parents. Who should I really be afraid of? Is it, the scary figurehead of the father, or is mom really gonna be the one, got me really scared? Just a little, new family. You're trying to make a good impression, and it's a good way for us to kind of spend time. He doesn't feel like he's wasting training time, and we can still work some stuff out.
Yeah, all right. Well, he would definitely train with you while he's in Phandalin. Just getting to know the brother-in-law. All right.
Sorry, I'm like trying to find a few things here. I'm gonna have to. I'm probably gonna hit you with a little bit of some extra surprises in this regard later, Marcus. But you did see two unique animals at the party in Neverwinter celebrating the Dragon Slayers, as beasts from the Far East had arrived, marching down the streets with a medley of performers dancing around them, as you saw a rhinoceros and great big elephants for the first time in your life.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
So as a druid, that means a lot to you to encounter these two beautiful
Yes, it
beasts.
does. That is
Elephant might be out of your ballpark. I don't know. What can you do up to challenge rating 2, I think?
CR2.
Rhinoceros is a CR2.
Excellent.
Let's go.
Y'all fucked up.
So yeah, you guys saw like the band coming down the main street, trumpets blaring, elephants stomping through, the rhinoceros with riders on their backs. So yeah, you got to see some interesting creatures.
Nice.
Also, I'm so sorry, but I forgot something.
Yes.
I know Lovril said he wanted to talk to Moira about talking to me, and I know she talked to us about like the orcs and stuff, but did she talk to me about what had happened like in the past?
Yes. So let me set these down real quick because I'm making a mental note for myself.
Let me just put this rhinoceros and elephant down here in the middle of Phandalin.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
this is what he's dreaming of. Oh, if I could play catch with them, I'd always be happy. They're so beautiful. So let's take a 5-minute break.
I was just about to ask. I'm dying.
Yeah, I need to go to the bathroom. I need to grab some coffee. So
Yes.
let me put this up,
Party break.
and I will see you guys shortly, and we will continue with Moira. Be right back.
Okay.
Ooh.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. No? Okay.
All right. No, as with what you guys were saying, for jumping around, yeah, there is no straight line. It's a lot. You know, we want to tie up some loose ends. That's why I didn't want to do one session 0, but a couple.
Yeah, that it makes a lot more sense now. Like we're 6 months in, and it's like, yeah.
Just bouncing.
Well, and what else can you do? I wouldn't, I didn't know Lovril was going to be in Phandalin the entire winter until I did, and then it's like, oh wait, if he was here, we would have kept training together, or
I wasn't sure.
yeah, right. And then I saw some cool rhinoceri. Now I've got
That is
thoughts.
so awesome.
Elephant's
So cool.
a CR4, so but I've seen it, and that's all that matters. I don't have to see it again.
We can get
Right.
I can see, CR whatever I'm allowed to go up to at the very end, and then you don't have to see it again if you've seen it once.
Yeah. And I know
to
that's
that,
that's something for druids. It's like the last time I ran a campaign. It's when you're hanging out in the Neverwinter Wood all the for the whole adventure, it's like you can't really reward your druids with some exciting things that they haven't seen before that actually matter. So I was like, when they get to Neverwinter, they need to go to a circus or something, and I'm like, oh no, they have a whole fucking parade going on because they're honoring these people. I could throw them some cool animals.
cool.
That's awesome.
So the only thing I'm looking at that wouldn't make sense for my character as a CR2 is there's some dinosaurs in there. And as far as I know, we haven't seen any dinosaurs.
They
Is that
exist.
correct? I know they exist, but from the north, not even the north, from my home to where we were, would I have any chance to interact with them? I'm not trying to pull out an Allosaur, which is a CR2, and you're like, come
Yeah,
the fuck
so
on, man.
so the way
Come on.
I think about the dinosaurs, it's going to be not this particular forested coastline. It's going to be more like you go somewhere more temperate, where where the big cold-blooded beasts are going to be thriving, like the jungles and whatnot.
Right. The rest I think I can make a case for, but the dinosaurs I was like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and you guys will be having plenty of beach days, because I will let you guys be surprised. I don't know if it's a surprise or not, but Leilon actually has a coast view. You will be on the water, so you guys can have beach day and fishing day every day. Like Marcus, you could just go out there if you love fishing, just sit out there with your beer and watch the sun go down. Get Barthen to move out there.
Does the Lover wear a banana hammock?
What?
Oh God.
A banana hammock?
Oh, you don't know what that is?
I don't think they have those in Canada.
Check.
He's looking at
It is.
Oh,
Feifei, it is, but he shows off. It's all you can see is a bright light, so you can't see anything. It's just so you have to avert from his
goggles.
junk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know you've seen it. That's
Comic, they've been wanting to do the anime trope beach day where it's like Feta shows up and she's like, they only had this bikini at the store, and she's like trying to like hide her chest because she's like a little too small, and she's the little lolly of the group, and she's like, shut up, baka.
Marcus, help me make some pads.
oh Jesus.
Uses my disappearing powder to get the fuck out.
Yeah, I just looked it up. If I have to wear a banana hammock, I'll be casting a non-stop word of radiance around my junk.
that's exactly what I was saying.
Yeah. When he said the light, I was like, oh yeah, I'm putting that right there.
Yes. Holly and Sister Gorel walk by, and I get extremely red and just try and look around at anywhere else, but you know.
Fucking, they're both just like so embarrassed of Alovril and Veda right now.
All right. Let's do this Moira part. So this is something I'm happy that we can cover with the time lapse, because it's also something that is pretty emotional from Moira's standpoint. I'm sure yours as well, Feta. But let's go back into the comfort of the inn. And move you over here. Oh, I can't wait for JJ to come back. That's something else, guys. JJ from Dragon of Icespire will be rejoining us. This little one right there.
You wish me happy birthday today? I teared up a little bit.
She'll be rejoining us for this new adventure. She might not be in session 1, but JJ will have returned after all this time gone from the party.
Can't wait.
Let me grab Moira. All right, there she is.
How long does it take for hair to change color? That's Don John.
I know.
Oh, you stole Don John's hat for me. Don't forget. I need a Don John hat.
Hang on. Contested roll against Don John to see if you got this new hat. I'll make it public. We'll have an actual roll off here. Public roll off. Sleight of hand on Don John.
Grabs his dick. Don't say that. God damn it.
Somebody guide her.
My rolls, man, my rolls. Let's go.
And you steal his hat.
No.
Yes.
What
I'm
is he
keeping
gonna
this
wake up
one.
when he wakes up in the morning and his hat is gone again? Again.
Yeah, you guys just saw him in the most sour mood as he's like leaving the Stonehill. He's like yelling at Toblin like, fuck this place. He's like,
Is he balding?
I know it was you. And he's like, what's happening?
Imagine he's balding and that's why he always wears a hat.
Where's Moira?
Yeah, how long does it take for her dye to fade out of hair? I forgot about that.
Usually about 9 to 11 inches a year.
Yep, that's confusing.
Sorry.
So I would say after.
I don't know. You're a halfling, so how long is your hair? Well, how often do you have to shave your feet? And
Shut! I knew you were gonna do it.
Wow.
All right. So Moira, other than that information she provided you, you would come to find out that upon investigating Lenine's shop and the room that that Adabra was staying in, you guys did find quite a bit of unusual things there. You did find the suit of armor that she had originally taken from Sudamir, the sigils marked on it. The sigils were identified by Eloveril, Halia, quite a few people that know their way around necromancy spells. Aside from everything, though, with Moira coming back, in the finale, I mentioned that the rest of the townsfolk were having memories come back of her behavior, of Adabra's behavior. Adabra herself was found at the windmill.
Whoa.
Oh,
Okay.
not surprised.
Buried 20 feet from the house.
Oh, Poor Adabra. She was probably really nice.
Man.
Moira, though, with her memories back as well, she would sit down with you when she came into Phandalin here, Feda, and she would apologize to you for any misunderstandings you've had with her, that she couldn't make heads or tails of why you seemed aggressive with her, that when you discuss, when you let her know everything that had gone on, like through your head, I thought you were mad at me, I've been hiding from you. She lets you know that she did look for you for a while, but she hasn't been looking for you and for a long time. She lets you know that she couldn't be upset and hate you for what you did. She lets you know, like, we were close for so long. Who wouldn't understand you better than me? That kind of behavior. She would tell you that after having you disappear on her, she was left alone in Waterdeep, and she made her way back to back up north to home, because she kind of didn't know what to do at that point. She was less upset about like a feeling of betrayal than she was upset about the feeling of just now who do I have? So both of your perceptions, as you guys are kind of sitting down and you're hearing her tell you this, she admits like that she was angry. She tried to find you, but she didn't have the money to like run all over, looking for you aimlessly. She had to stop and she had to work, and then she had to head back to she eventually headed back to home. Where was your village? It's the place to the north of Waterdeep, northeast.
Yeah, I forgot. I wrote it somewhere.
Faerun.
Some summer fucking hell.
It's something fields, like.
Yeah, summer fields.
It is Golden Fields.
Golden Fields.
She made her way back home to Golden Fields, because at that point it's that's all she had. She didn't feel comfortable trying to pull off the heist that you guys were doing on her own, and she stayed there for about 1.5 years, 2 years. before eventually heading back to Waterdeep. Like, so in your mind, feeling that, you know, her wrath was after you and she might come look for you in Neverwinter and, you know, hunt you down. She kind of just gave all that away and did a lot of self-reflection. And then when she came back to Waterdeep, she just really didn't know where to go anymore. It was like she didn't want to stay in Golden Fields. She missed having you in her life. She felt a little bit guilty because she started feeling like she wasn't the kind of person that wanted to be stealing and taking from other people just to get by. Because she kind of felt what it felt like having you take off without her. Like, not only did she lose her friend, but but you stole from her, you know? So it was like just everything. It caused her to do some major self-reflection and growth in those few years after you left. And that is where she encountered a Temple of Tyr and kind of sat down with one of the head priest there and was just kind of pouring her heart out. And it was nice having these people that kind of took her in, jobless, and kind of gave her a place to stay. And she started doing her best to help them out. And little by little, that's how she slowly turned her resources in a way, her abilities in a way that could help them for what they could do for her. And little by little, she embraced it, and that's what brought her to where she is today. So that is what you find out from her. And then she would also, once you guys both cry and hug each other, if that's if like you would be accepting of her telling you these things, she would, you know, tell you, kind of like having a female version of a Loveril, tell you that you should go back to Golden Fields and see your family. Your mom and dad asked me when I came back, you know, where you were, and they also, you know, you have it wrong in your head that people are out to get you or they're gonna hate you. They miss you and they want to see their daughter. Like, you're all they have. You guys did lose everything, but they had it worse. They also lost you.
I'm gonna cry.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I'm happy we're kind of time-lapsing this, because I think me and you could both just start crying, and I could talk as a girl to you, and you could talk.
If we RP this would have been.
This would have been
really rough.
Yeah.
Really rough.
So I was so happy. I'm like, okay, we could fit this into a time lapse.
Because yeah, oh god, that would have been rough. Because it was rough when it was just Halia and Feta, but this would have been worse. Yeah. I do want to say that I would have offered her the matching dagger and asked her if she wanted to keep it, or if she wanted me to have it, because it's like, you know, we had the matching set. She had one and I had the other.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask her if she wanted it or if she wanted me to keep it.
She would tell you to keep it, and she would let you know that she would be more interested in having you back and not an object.
That means a lot for a thief, guys. Jesus. Did you mean it like that? Because goddamn.
Yeah, she wants you back in her life, not materials. She's, you know, like I said, this is like a Loveril with red hair and a small body and big boobs.
She has very big boobs, I've noticed. Yes. Then yeah, I would have kept it, and it will be something that I will keep in my bag at all times. And I would promise her that I would go see my family again, and hope that she could come with me, and also introduce her to Halia, even though she knows her, but like on a more personal level.
Yeah. Over her staying here, she would actually take a couple weeks to stay here and kind of try to reforge a relationship with you, and, you know, just the same as a Loveril had taken some time off. It is midwinter when she stops in. So she could crash at, Halia's place, not in a gay way. And
Whoa! I didn't take it in a gay way until you said that. And I was like, Jesus Christ.
yeah, it's like wow, Halia's lights never turn off. This winter's really warm in that house. Like,
For
fire's
any viewers
burning.
that don't know this, even though she has red hair, not my sister, my best friend, not my sister. I dyed my hair to look like hers. Just want to clarify that.
Yeah, so
she kind of looks like my sister.
she should be she should also be tinier. We'll fix that. But yeah, she just, that's what she relays to you. Like, so the paranoia you had when you had first encountered her, thinking that she would be out to do you harm and everything, she reassures you that ever since the start, that this whole time that it's been your own guilt you've been running from, and you've been letting it eat at your mind, that you've had her the wrong way, and she's, without saying things that are going to make you cry, that she reassures you that she's always been your friend, and there's no way that she would have ever tried to find you like that or had any kind of ill intent towards you.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, like I would have definitely hugged her, cried it out, all that, and then over the week she was staying, instead of doing our regular activities that we used to do, maybe we would just be kind of sparring like we did when we were kids, teaching each other how to use the dagger and teaching each other, because we're the ones who, we learned to do it together. So as almost like a childhood homage, we would do the sparring stuff that we used to do when we were kids again.
All right, and you get her to be a little devious at one point in the middle of the winter. Where you told her about your little adventure into Harbin's there, and she is a follower of Tyr at this point, so some of the things you could say are shady. Yeah, but she knows you. You can't, at the same time, with how she's talking to you, she won't judge you. Okay. She's not a cleric per se, you know what I mean? She's not that holy. But yeah, so she, knowing it's just mischief and you guys aren't doing anyone actual harm, she takes you up on seeing if you could do it again, and you guys kind of get into some shenanigans, breaking into Harbin's place in the middle of the night just to fuck around.
Awesome. I love that you could feel that I also didn't want to bring up any shady stuff, because I was like, I don't know how she's gonna feel about the fact that I still do shady stuff, but I love that.
Yeah, no, when she has that heart to heart with you the first night you guys get reacquainted, she explains her position and everything, and just her wording, that above all else, above Tyr, above anything, you're her friend. So she'll always be someone that you should be able to rely on and not worry about.
Okay. Also, do I get the best friend approval of my love life choice?
Yes. Moira also gives you best friend approval for your relationship.
That's important to a girl. Okay.
Yeah, she was actually really surprised to find out that you guys are that committed,
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's okay. Awesome.
But yeah, she looks at that as, it's probably best for you because you're finding stability. Just hearing about what all you've done, pointing out that look what you've achieved with Cryovane. She sees how you interact with Marcus and with Aloveril. How you are with Halia. She sees you're not the same person you were when you were younger. You've grown so much, so that's why she also tries to let you know that, you know, it's about time you also go back to Golden Fields and let your family know that you're okay and that you want to see them again, and just, you know, come back and be this person you are now, and everything's good.
And would she want the invitation? If I do go back, would she want the invitation that I offered?
Oh, to go to Golden Fields? Yeah, she would go with you. She would be your partner to get out there and go see family, over from winter to summer, whenever you would want to go, or if you want to wait till after summer, like whenever, wherever, like you let her know via letter, sending stone, whatever, and you guys can arrange that.
Okay.
Because she knows, you know, you might feel kind of awkward coming back home. Hey, it's been 20 years, you know, like.
Yeah. Rough. And as a side note that I've already kind of told everybody here, but for, you know, purposes of putting it out there, I would let my hair return to its natural color, and because I had it that color as a means of hiding who I was, and I would let that color come back over time.
Start just dropping the charade, the disguise, the act.
Yeah.
Be a little
Stop
bit more
dropping that
yourself.
charade. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you could look at the Baroness title as a means of also claiming a new name for yourself. So, you know, going forward, sticking with the name Feta, you know, a new life in a sense.
Yeah.
Fresh start. But that's up to you to figure out. So now am I ready to proceed past summer, everyone?
Sorry.
Yeah.
That was a deep one to end on there. Jesus.
Okay. So before I continue from summer into next winter, I need 2 more rolls from you, Feta, for perception.
Come on, baby. I'm so goddamn nervous. Come on, baby. Please, please, please. Oh, I'm shaking in my little booties. God damn it! What is happening?
Oh,
Will she ever get double digits?
one more.
Come on, baby. Please, 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 please. Oh no, this was an natural
You got
20.
it. You got it. 10. You needed a 10.
I needed a 10. That was it.
Yes, you just need a
That was
10.
a
Took you
natural
5
20.
rolls to
Wait,
get a
so-
10.
Shut the fuck up. This is karmic dice because of last night's game. Does a 10 get me everything that I needed to know?
Yes.
Okay.
And
thank the Lord.
it's not like it's not like everything you needed to know. It's just to pick up on, yeah, Halia is definitely stressing about something. That is what a 10 tells you. And now you've realized that it's been a full year, and it clicks in your head that, man, Halia is fucking tripping. Like, she is like really hiding something from me that's got her stressed out.
Is this something that I can ask her about during our next time lapse?
This is something you can ask me right now, and we can kind of get to the
Okay.
bottom of it.
Why is she stressed out? I'm
She-
going to go ask her. Sit her ass down, give her a glass of wine, and say, "My love, why are you stressed out?"
She's stressed out. You know, oh, you found me out. Like, yeah.
Damn it. I had an inkling, but I didn't want to pressure you.
So this was your last chance to find out what was getting at her. So yeah, she's been working extra hard. You kind of put it all together, working a little extra late, always telling you, okay, that's enough for now. You can go ahead and go. I'll figure. I got a little bit more to do, some more number crunching. She's stressed out because not only does she want to do you know, get away, she wants to go get married, more of an elopement, you know, just the two of you go to this big city, have something wonderful and experience. But so the finances for that, but as well, she explains to you that she is considering leaving Phandalin. She's considering opening up a shop she's been saving. She wants to maybe try her hand in Waterdeep, buy a shop storefront. Where is my map?
Would you have done if I didn't roll a 10?
You just wouldn't have picked up on any of it.
Okay.
So, I mean, no big deal. It wouldn't have been much. This just gives you a little bit more to know.
Okay.
She would have wanted to open up a shop in the southern ward of Waterdeep. And she's just been stressing because it's like, not only is it the funds, but what is she gonna do about Phandalin? What is she going to do about you? You guys are also planning to get married. What if the shop doesn't work out and she blows her nest egg on it? She's dealing with a lot of these. This is all new for her. You know, normally she would be doing things solo and she'd be content and kind of shrewd and efficient about her decisions. But now the reason she's got these thoughts in the first place is she's thinking bigger because of you. She wants to provide more. She wants to not only to provide for the both of you and establish yourselves bigger in the world. It's a lot of internal pressure on her that might not actually be there, but you know the feeling, like you want your significant other to kind of be proud of you. You want them to not be stressed or think twice about anything. It's all of that. That's what's been eating her. And with that, we're all heading over to Waterdeep to talk about the summer and winter. So come along with me.
On an adventure. An ominous adventure.
And let
Can we
me
make it a
make
thing where we make sure we say ominous at least once per session? Like we gotta
It
work
already
our way
happened too
in.
earlier.
I know. Let's work our way in.
All right.
This is huge.
Can you guys see?
Holy. My father's the
can
lord
see.
of this?
Your father is he is a lord of Waterdeep. He is
okay.
not the lord of Waterdeep.
Okay.
So take a moment and peruse that map. Zoom in, look around. Lots of things here. That is why I gave you specifics, Eloverl, about where Celine was working.
Yeah.
Down in, I believe I said the
Veller
Trades
Lane,
Ward right
Trades
here.
Ward.
Veller's Lane.
You're welcome,
Alright.
buddy.
Thank you. Let me correct
got you.
where I typed that.
So we got some interesting stuff going on here. Eloverl, when you were back in the summer, Marcus and Sister Gorell, you come to town. Here's the thing. I need to ask you this, Feta. If Marcus and Sister Gorell were coming to meet the Gorells, knowing, well, okay, never mind. I've solved that one myself. So you would see them leave, and let me place tokens just to represent locations. We have a Marcus, and we have an Eloverl. I placed them in the Sea Ward in case you guys are lost on the map.
On it.
So, you guys would be in the Sea Ward. This area has a lot of the nobility, a lot of the money houses. The houses here actually have yards. You know, like wow. Most of the city does not have that luxury. Marcus, you would come into town in the summer, and you would be staying at Tharth's Tower. God, that's a fucking, I don't like TH sounds. It's a luxury inn. They pretty much have a connection with the Gorels, that they provide accommodations for anyone associated with the Gorel family that need a place to stay while in the city. So Marcus, this place, when I say it's a luxury inn, for what you have experienced so far in your life, this inn was just immaculate, like beyond anything you could possibly imagine. You did not know buildings could be so incredible, that interiors could look almost like magic themselves. Imagine you guys came from, like, to say for yesterday, the Dark Ages, and then next thing you know, you're in a Walmart and you're like, the fuck is happening? Like magic lamps that are illuminating the foyer, like it's incredible. Things you've never seen. The clothing that people are wearing in this district doesn't look like something you could find in the lands. Like it's unreal what people are making cotton into, and turning it into these garments. So you have quite the experience when Sister brings you here. Eloveril, you find out that your sister and Marcus, have come to town. You've been invited to the family dinner to see your sister, and kind of also to watch your father's reactions to the situations. And while you're there, Eloveril, you take your new soon-to-be brother-in-law with you on a 60-minute walk. Takes 60 minutes to walk from where he's staying to, this is how big the city is, by foot, 60 minutes to get down here. And let's to the southern ward.
God damn.
Why you bring him to the southern ward? You told him you wanted to show him around the city and take him for drinks, just the two of you to kind of bond while she's speaking with her mother and father, and just kind of doing the one-on-one time with her mom. So this night you take Marcus to one of your favorite places, the Jade Dancer.
Is this where Fada used to work?
All you explain to Marcus is that it's an exclusive, and you kind of use that word in a special way. It's an exclusive club, and you might like it. You take him out there. I will let you guys use your imaginations on what happened there.
Absolutely nothing. I had a great time. I would never cheat on my soon-to-be wife. I love her.
Stays in the Jade Dancer, stays in the Jade Dancer.
Herpes doesn't.
make it canon that-
Absolutely not.
Can we make it canon that is in fact where Fada worked?
Yes, if you would like. Marcus, for the most part, though, while you guys were out here, back up over there in the C district or the C ward, you found that you liked a place called the Grinning Lion. The Grinning Lion was a tavern that seemed to appeal to the more to the less adventurous folks, a little more refined in tastes compared to what a Loveral's showing you to, but it was also not filled with the noblest of nobles. It just felt good. The Grinning Lion was a nice spot. It wasn't out of your league.
Right.
It didn't make you feel uncomfortable. It was a nice place. You felt comfortable there. It kind of made you think back on Phandalin, like, gonna be weeks before we get back home. And also, I just wanted to note that you see a few businesses right outside of the Grell Manor, right there in the C ward as well. Notably that it might explain Aloveral's upbringing and his behaviors that you've experienced traveling with him. Notably the High Flagon gambling house and the Gentle Mermaid, which is also a gambling house that also has some dancing available. And they're right next to the manor, like not far at all. I don't know if you guys. It's kind of like all I can equate it to is in Japan, pachinko parlors. Like there'll be like 5 of them all on one little corner, and you just see a bunch of people standing in line to go inside. That's kind of like what's up, but it's right near the manor. So it's like, what? Like Aloverall, as soon as he was old enough to walk in one, all he had to do was like walk out his front gate, and he was like, he could go start rolling some dice, and you know. So it kind of clicked. It made sense. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. If you look around the manor, you'd find the old ladder like that I used to climb out the window. Just like,
it's rusted. It's like hiding in the bushes. Do you show that to Marcus? Look, I used to use that to get out the window.
Yeah, I'd give him the full tour. So I used to get out.
You test it out with him too? Like, do you guys go upstairs and you're like, okay, so you put your leg over this part here, and like you're straight, you both crawl out your window together.
Oh, the maid's coming, quick.
Like a grown man. 2 grown men climbing out of a window. And then you're bigger now, and it just breaks.
It breaks, so I get stuck.
Everybody just looks up and they're like, he's doing it again. Why? He can just go out the front door.
Is
he likes
a
the
grown
ladder.
man?
I feel like the neighbors would be almost nostalgic seeing me do that again. It's like,
Oh, look at a little overall.
Yeah, one of your neighbors is a really like elderly, like probably 65. He's got a long gray beard and he's shirtless and he's kind of twisting his nipple, looking at you with a little like with a little telescope, and he's
now
like,
it's an ominous adventure.
and he's like, he's moved back home, I guess. Haven't seen that boy for a long time.
Oh no!
I feel uncomfortable, but I feel like Lover would be so desensitized, he'd just be like, "Oh hey," when he sees him.
Just nice to the pervert old man neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You're like, why are the hedges always trimmed in like just the perfect like U shape right here near my bedroom window?
Oh my god!
Oh boy.
I have several things whenever it's
Okay, so I'll tell you
sure.
this will wrap up pretty quick for this whole period of Waterdeep. And then you tell me anything that you would want done or ask
Sure.
about. So
Okay.
essentially you get here, you meet the family, and the way it goes is her dad wasn't, it wasn't like, oh, you want to watch me clean my shotgun. It wasn't any of that bullshit. It didn't make you feel off-put or anything. The only thing that was awkward for you, Marcus, whenever you would go to the manor for some dinners, you guys had multiple dinners. Her father respected you, especially with everything that had happened and he had heard about. The only thing was that after the first meeting of him and pretty much a handshake, you were just sitting at the far end of the table with Sister Gorell, while a bunch of other people you had no fucking idea who they were sat in there and talked about the politics of Waterdeep and the issues currently with the West Gate and blah blah blah. Like just so much going on, and you were kind of there. It was like you weren't visiting family, like you just had to show up for a company meeting. And it was just part of why, part of the process that Sister Gorell needed you both to participate in.
Gotcha.
So it was very lackluster. Very, very lackluster. I was going to have it where there is a little bit of lore with Waterdeep and the Lords of Waterdeep, where there's some family inbreeding. So I was going to have you see like 2 uncles kiss each other and like weird shit start happening that you're like, wait, what? but I was like, I'm not gonna fuck with you on that. Like, even though there is some strange little inbreeding Waterdeep lore, the Gorell family is safe of that. So, other than that, I need to ask you before you ask me anything. Wedding wise, would you want to hold it in Phandalin? Like, that is something that her family would ask you about at dinner. Like, they were just happy to have you like formally meet and kind of do all the formalities, but otherwise, they would be willing to travel. They would hold it here. Anything that you guys would want, you just let me know what you would prefer.
I'm of two thoughts here, and am I speaking to Sister Gorell at this point about where we'd like to have this, or
yeah, and I could let you know what she would weigh in.
Okay. My, like I said, wherever before, that's great. I'm there. I'd love to do it closer to Phandalin, where our friends are. It's a little harder for them to travel here than the people here to travel there, if that makes sense. But if you want to do it here in the biggest, scariest place I've ever been in my entire life, I will do that for you. But remember just to remind me to breathe when I look around too much. So what are your thoughts? Where would you like to have this?
All right. She would tell you that where you choose to, like, is entirely up to you. She would actually say that she would wonder if you would want to be somewhere more woodland, if because that's another thing I'd like to broach is all three of you seeing. Oh no, not all three of you. I guess just Marcus and Feta in Phandalin before this. You guys could go see Xanth in the summer when it's warm. So, like, if that's something you would have also done, Sister Gorell would tell you. Promised. She knows how much you care about your friends out there in the Grove, and if that would be something that you would like to do as well, that's something she would be up for. Phandalin is also great. Her family could come out there. She would mention that they probably won't stay the night, but they would come out.
How
Would I be at the table during that conversation with the parents about like where they were going to get married?
Yeah, you would be there, slurping your tomato soup or whatever you'd want on your plate.
Well, I would just chime in real quick and say like, and ask my dad like if he'd be able to arrange for an escort for the townspeople and maybe the druids.
Oh yeah, they would 100% offer that as well if you wanted to carriage out the entire town, if you would like you'd be
treat them to nobility.
I want to see Norvis and Dazzlin respond to this room. This is freaking me the hell out. They're going to explode.
Then yeah, if you would like to go that route, that could make for one hell of something for everyone of Phandalin to remember. I mean, none of them have ever experienced luxury like this, so that could be one hell of a treat that you could give the town after everything they've been through as well.
And the food at this wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Toblin can take some lessons, get some brushed up, so steaks are better.
Yeah, we talked about finding ways to make Toblin like a professional chef.
I love it.
Like we were gonna teach him about something that's comes round and it's topped with cheese and it's a bread.
Yes. It's very hard to make.
They
wrong,
wish tomatoes on top of it. We were gonna teach him about this dish.
Could also add some meat.
You could add meat if you wanted, yes.
Yeah, so
almost like jerky. It's salted though. It's amazing.
Yeah, if that's something you guys would like to do, if you like the sound of that, that would be awesome, because then even when we kick off our first part of this campaign, the residents of Phandalin, like, that's something they wouldn't forget. They to all have come out here on this crazy like carriage ride, so many carriages. They've never seen so many carriages at once, traveling down the high road together in formation with armed guards. And just, yeah, the luxury here, the shenanigans that Norbus and Dazzlin would be getting into, getting lost in one of the back alleys in the North Ward, and you're like, how the fuck did you even get all the way out here? And you could tell he's got his little bag of mushrooms. He's like, I don't know. Just like all the crazy that could have happened during your ceremony out here, in the few days that everybody got to stay out here and be treated like they were royalty.
Could it, the Gorels, are they would they be able to arrange a cliffside? Is that cliffside facing the ocean here?
Yeah.
So like a sunset ceremony on the cliffside with
yeah, so this right here, this embankment,
yeah,
it's like raised up. You could enter through this gate, and yeah, you guys could rent out this whole like upper block, and it's got a view over the walls of the city towards the ocean.
Excellent. My vote,
Would the Gorels like Norbus and Dazzlin? I feel like they would hate Norbus and Dazzlin.
I feel like they wouldn't even get to talk to them, because the father's probably only going to be there long enough for like walking his daughter, and then something comes up. But then Sister Gorel's mother is found drunk and apparently high, because her pupils are huge. And Norbus is like, and then Norbus is like, and you wouldn't believe it. I'm just telling her fucking stories, his made up stories where he's always taking credit. And she's just like, you are the coolest person I've ever talked to.
Oh God, I see Overall takes after his mother.
Now, at the wedding, does one of Iloveril's horny aunts try and kind of like corner him?
I would absolutely try to convince some of them to sleight of hand him. That's for sure.
Oh man, Iloveril, you wake up in the morning, you rub your eyes, and like everybody's like strewn about all over the rented out inn rooms. And you know, your parents stay in their manor, but for some reason you're like, Mom, and you see like her hair all wrecked up and her hands in Norbus's pocket, and you're like, no.
This went
wrong.
off, didn't
Wasn't
it?
she a clone?
Yeah, I feel like I orchestrated that. Sorry.
So yeah, no, okay, your mom was not grabbing Norbus. So, but yeah, so is that where we want to go? That you guys had all of these fantastic events and craziness, having a ceremony out here with all the loving residents of Phandalin?
Yeah, I love it.
Awesome.
Is Don John invited?
Absolutely not.
Don John's not in Phandalin. He left.
Oh, okay.
Remember, he lost an eye. He was heading back to Neverwinter. He wants to be a trader again,
Invited.
traveling trader. So you guys might meet him on the roads again at some point.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I make something canon just in the it can be the far future after this is over, that
Yes.
Marcus carves the first trough and calls it a Don John, so guys can go piss at stadiums and shit, and the Don gets dropped, and that's why people call it the John. Alright. I just want that to be canon in your world, if you don't mind.
You've got it.
Thank you, sir.
You're so dumb.
I know.
All right, Marcus, your wedding date
Oh, yes.
was Summertide. Summertide the 12th. All
I'm
right.
gonna tattoo that on his ass.
Also,
I'm just
so Fada, since you would have ended up here as well. At that point, Halia, while you guys were out here for the wedding, no, never mind, that can't happen yet. You come back out here in the winter with Halia. So you can meet up with the Loverl. You can also go back to the Jade Dancer with him on that 60-minute walk. But you and Halia takes you out since you kind of figured out what was up with her. And she shows you some of the properties she was looking at. And that is when she asks you how you would feel if not anytime soon, but probably in the next year or so, she did have to come out here at least to get the shop going. And if you would take over with everything you're learning at the Miners Exchange, if you would take over running it like full time, the big boss.
Until she got everything set up?
Yeah, and it would be, she would come back when she could. From time to time, but she wouldn't be leaving anytime soon. It might be a year, it might be 2. She doesn't know how long it's going to take her before she can get out here and actually follow through with it. And then she'll be out here, who knows how long, until everything's running itself and she can leave a manager in charge of the store.
Yeah, I would take over just like as a for us kind of thing.
All right. Oh, so also, is there anything I need to cover with this next jump? So now we're at a year so far from where we left off. Let me roll something.
Look at me, respectable job-ish.
Hey.
Half.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's bad?
Yeah, 15 and higher is bad. Well, Marcus, that winter, it was just a little too cold for Dib's old ass horse.
Oh.
And yeah, he needs to be laid to rest.
Oh.
Did we bring Dib's body back? Can we bury the horse with Dib? I don't know if we brought. We did go retrieve it, I think.
Yeah, Dib's body was taken to Neverwinter to be buried with his family. But that would be cute. Dib's like buried on the green hill in town, and you bury the horse next to it. He loved that old ass horse. So, okay. Before I end this, Loverl, moving into the next year, just spring. That's as far as I'm moving right now. Just into spring. You feel that now's a good time. Lots happened. It's better now or never to go see Falcon and perhaps stay with him for a little while. You got some time off. You don't have any pressing matters. You aren't needed for any important work. So would this spring be when you go spend some time with Falcon and do some training?
Yeah. Plus, animals are coming out of hibernating, so I might be able to do some hunting with them.
All right. When you get there,
I had mentioned I wanted to do the hunting too, not like the training, just like go out and hunt as well. But
all right, would you would stop in Phandalin on your way to Falcons, because it is like your halfway point, like, well, a little farther than halfway, but still, you want to rest where you can instead of constantly on the road. So yeah, at that point, you could let them know. It has been a year. Marcus, in that year, your children are born. You are now the proud father of 2 twins. Loverl, when you come into town that spring, you get to see your nephews that you had not met yet. And
they look strong.
Do they look strong?
Like,
are they like chunky?
Yeah, chunky boys.
Oh yeah, they're thick little babies. Like they got those fat cheeks. They're eating good.
Are they cute?
Papa Marcus is bringing home the beef. He's out he's out getting the food. All right, what was your question, Fada?
Are they cute or are they like ugly old man babies? You know
They're
what I mean? Like, some
disgusting.
babies look like
No,
old
I'm
men.
kidding. They're adorable.
Nice.
Imagine you made him roll for that. Oh Jesus!
No,
roll for each twin.
no. Though they're both boys, one's nose is very round and almost identical to Sister Gorel, and it's almost incredible to see like this little boy version of Sister Gorel in the face like that. And the other has more sharp and distinct features, just like his father. So really cool.
What do the ears look like?
They're elven. Like they've got they don't look human.
Okay.
Eloverl, so going forward, Marcus, you would know Eloverl's heading to Falcons. Same with you, Feda. Marcus,
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
children have been around for a couple months, so you could go with them if you want, or if you just be like, nah, I might go visit Falcon again at some other point, but not right now while the kids are so young. Or
Yeah, I'd love to see Falcon. Send a skin of wine in my name and tell him I'll come out and we'll do some hunting at some point. But I need to be there for the kids.
okay,
I'm
so
not even sure how we're living this year. So are we gonna address that at some point? Maybe next session.
how you're living, like.
Yeah, are we living in this town, or are we?
Yeah, right now you're still
Are they paying for us?
in Sister Gorel's house.
Okay, I got you. I wasn't sure, like, honestly, if we were renting a small place to be near Mom, or if
No,
this was
she's
on them, or how.
yeah,
what the
you're
hell
still in
was going on.
Fandolin. She had the babies. But her family is pressing her to move back to Waterdeep, but that is something we'll get to. And the shit, I had a note here. Sister Gorel does let you know that she's retiring permanently. She is no longer going to be in the service of Timora as a cleric. So no more sister, just Rafira.
Oh.
Baroness.
Baroness Rafira, yep. Sorel, no longer a Gorel.
Oh shit. That's gonna be complicated for my brain.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, "Oh, good morning,
No,
Sarah."
not Gorel,
Fuck.
Sorel.
And yeah, the fact that your names are so close and I can't call her sister anymore. But she's still kind of a sister to me.
Yeah, I need to start using her first
Yeah,
name.
that's. What's that?
Hmm?
What? I missed what you said.
I just said I need to start using her first name. Like I've been calling her sister, but she's literally my
You can
sister.
still
Why
call
am I
her
using her
sister.
title?
It's just
Sister.
not as a title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you actually can call her sister. My son calls his sister. Like,
I do call my brother brother.
and my
Brother.
daughter calls me father. We call each other by very just like basic names. I call my daughter.
I call my
Yeah, I feel like I can still
brother
call her
child
sister.
sometimes too.
Marcus is kind
Yeah.
of like my brother now.
Yeah, I think
right.
you guys calling her sister is always going to be fine. Like she's not, you know what I mean? It's not like don't ever call me sister. Like it's been her life. So
I'm gonna call her sis.
so
Whoa.
that was weird. What was that? Okay, yep, that one's weird too. Okay, so
Don't worry about that.
so you would go to Falcons that spring. So it's been 1 year plus a couple months going into spring. And yeah, what I told you we would do is that time you spend with Falcon, it's not just the time you spent with him. The way we're going to make that work out is there is actually a place out here. I believe it's near the Sword Maiden. So over yonder.
Sword.
You will be you will do some training with Falcon, and then he'll refer you to an old friend of his, another older gentleman who works out here in Waterdeep that will help you finesse those skills of yours. And so when you after your time off and having a good time seeing Pell, and by the way, Pell is getting older faster. He's in that growth spurt. You almost didn't recognize him when you walked in, and he actually kind of caught you. You had to double take because you weren't sure who was answering the gate. He was already a foot taller, and yeah, that's what you're gonna get. Your benefit from that. I still haven't worked out exactly. I'm gonna fine tune how your benefit from the training works. Okay. So I will give you that probably our next session. Okay. And Fada, would you go with him, or would you be like, "No, bro, I'm like working," or like?
I mean, I would ask Holly if it was okay if I took some time to hang out with a Loveril.
Oh yeah, if you ask Holly that, she would encourage it because you don't get to see him anymore. You know, like it's been over a year. Last time you saw him was at the wedding. So like, yeah, go spend some time with a Loveril. You know, watch his back if it's just him heading out there.
Okay. Yeah, and I've I would be like extra cautious, be like, "Are you sure?" Because like I know she's stressed and all that, so I'd be a little wary of it.
Yeah, and then she would tell you, "Yes, and you don't have to send Marcus to check on me every night when I'm closing up."
And then I would still ask Marcus to check on her if the kids were okay.
Just like every time. I got you. Crazy fist slap.
Oh.
It's so long.
Sorry, we're still going on.
Okay.
So, with that, but
I had a quick question for Falcon's Lodge.
Yeah.
Mainly about the characters. Is Pell still in that he's always annoyed phase of his
No.
years?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's only been a year. He growth spurt. Like, kid is like almost 18. Like he's 17. You thought like some dude was opening the gate for you. You're like, who the fuck? Oh, what? Pell?
Nice. And Lady Cordetta, she's still kicking?
She's still kicking?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
You're like, man, this chick is just still as spunky as ever. Like... Yeah.
Perfect.
So it put a big smile on your faces. Yeah, you guys having that food again and being back in there and seeing the repaired repaired living space and the wall put back up. Yeah, and he's got the boar head up on the wall like it's his centerpiece over the large table. It's nostalgic. You guys are just so happy to be back there. He's like exasperated having you guys back there, and you know, it's so unfortunate Marcus couldn't come.
Marcus would have sent a letter for Falcon explaining the situation, letting him know the children were there, and he would follow up. And also, Loveril would have explicit instructions to hug Lady Cordetta and give her a kiss on the top of the head from Marcus, and tell her, of course, you know, he'll see her as soon as he can.
After a Loveril kisses the top of her head, she kind of mumbles over to Fada, and she's like, "Oh, I think he likes me."
And I would give her a wink and just nod.
So the rest of the time, Loveril, you're getting really weird vibes. Like she's nicer than she was last time. Like she was already nice, but she's like super sweet.
She's like giving him extra treats.
Yeah, like
oh yeah. She will. She's
Falcon's like, why does he have more of the sides than I do? You know, like complaining about the food, and she's just like, just eat it.
Does she blush now when I compliment her food?
Yeah, she's just, you've got her super sweet on you.
It's adorable.
So while we were there, I would have remembered about what had happened between Loveril and I, and I would have had also apologized for throwing a dagger at him and telling him that I was just really frustrated.
Oh, kind of going over the memories.
Yeah, like, because I was not fair to him and while we were at the lodge.
Laurel would just laugh about it because it wasn't even on his mind anymore, but he appreciated the sentiment.
And then she'd throw another dagger at him. No, I'm just kidding.
Over some drinks that Marcus sent with his letter.
Yeah.
With Falcon kind of loosening up a bit, he would have also openly said at the table one night next to the fire, like, yeah, you know, that time you when you all came in here and this one here was wearing that wig and, you know, just acting so bizarre. He's like, I never forgot that because you're the first person who's ever come in here like that. That was it was very different. And yeah, he just kind of like calls you out on it.
Yeah, I would just laugh and not give an explanation. Just leave it open.
Yeah, because wasn't like half your face falling off from
he noticed, he saw like the hair underneath the wig and the ear kind of flopped over weird, like.
Yeah.
All right. Now, any questions before I do another push?
Did we catch anything in the woods?
Yes.
Yes, you guys caught quite a few. You guys did a lot of small game hunting. Never found anything too big or crazy, but the game you did find, Falcon had taken a moment for you guys to learn his process of, for those of you who are more uneducated, like Lord Gorell, how to clean the animals that you guys had caught, and then he had Lady Cordetta use them for the food while you guys were there. So it made the experience all the more that enjoyable that it was like the food you put on the tables.
Oh.
Yeah, it was
this was a sweet trip.
It was a great trip.
I have one last thing for Falcon's Lodge.
Yeah.
Could I begin indoctrinating Pell to the ways of Tyr?
Oh,
You could.
God.
Teaching him.
He was so fast about the you could.
Yep, you could.
All right. Should I roll anything to see if I was good and like?
You don't have to.
or-
He was very interested.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Well, from edgy team to amazing cleric.
Yeah, he
He
was
was
very
not
happy to see you
expecting
guys. Very happy to see you guys. His personality had kind of completely turned around, and he was really excited. Almost, I mean, maybe it's because you're like a stranger to the woods, you know, like you're a breath of fresh air. But he was so enamored in everything you had to say to him, specifically you, Aloverl.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
is anything else you want to say?
I had something.
Yep.
Is everybody else done? Okay. So I have a couple quick questions about Marcus, and then one for Falcon's Lodge. I know I'm not there, but I hope you'll answer it anyway. How long was it before they stopped finding those ball bearings in the pantry?
That's great. So
There's no way you found 1,000 ball bearings.
So Falcon would tell you guys a funny story one of those nights that you're sitting there drinking at the fireplace, and he brought up you with, you know, with the hair showing and your little get up. Yeah, he would bring up, and you know what? Look what we found out just before you got here about a week ago. And he pulls out a ball bearing and like shows it to you, and he's like, "Can you believe that shit? Oh, it's been this long and we're still finding these things." But he thinks it's just hilarious.
Thank
Hey
you.
man, we saved your house from
Mostly.
complete destruction. Complete
Yeah.
destruction.
Mostly.
Complete being the operative word here.
Okay.
But we
So,
also might have brought the destruction, so you know.
So since Marcus had felt the need to stay behind, is he in Phandalin or is he in Jesus
Waterdeep?
Waterdeep. So I'm looking
You
at the
guys
map.
are still in Phandalin. It's been a year and a couple months. So you guys are in the
Okay,
spring, the
great.
following spring. So you're like 1 full year plus 2 months, like from when we left off.
Gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. I just was the map was throwing me off because I was like, wait, are we
Yeah,
still
yeah,
there?
sorry,
We went back to
sorry.
Phandalin. Okay. All right, so back at Phandalin. Okay. The horse, Dib's horse.
Yeah.
I assume I would have talked to it, gotten anything, asked him about his life, his pertinent information, if he knew anything, any good, old horse jokes. I don't know. Anything like that. But what was his name?
God, I'm fucking terrible at names. I'm gonna say something stupid like Lesbo or
You
some...
always tell us you have something ready, and now you're telling me you're terrible at names. Okay.
No, names are the only thing I can't do. Hence, asbestos.
Oh.
I told you his name was
It's a great
Dipper.
name.
It's
His
not.
name is Dipper.
And then Lady Cordetta going, "Oh, I don't know, sweetie. You should just name him whatever you want. Sure, kitty."
Name your
Yeah, what is your
kitty.
Sturgis name? I've been waiting for that too.
Mhm.
Boris. I'm just kidding.
Boris the
Not
Stur-
canon. Not
see,
canon.
can I name the horse Vlad?
Yes, and Vlad would have
Thank you.
appreciated that name. He'd say,
During this
Okay.
time that I'm in Phandalin, I would have been working with Marcus to help the Sturge to live again and fly again, and then I would have made it the Sturge's choice on whether he was going to leave or not. Like, I would have taken the time to nurse him back to health and apologized for what I did and let him choose on whether he wanted to leave or not.
Okay, after Marcus explained
Yeah,
its
go ahead.
situation and all that.
Yeah.
So the Sturge would stay, only because what you did to him did psychologically destroy him. So no matter if you told him to go and like yelled at him and cried and threatened him, at this point he's staying. You nursed him back to health. He was kind of brainwashed.
Oh no.
He almost
Stockholm
died.
Syndrome?
Yeah, like I mean, the near-death experience, getting knocked out in the first place, and waking up rolled up in somebody's backpack, it all was fucked
Oh,
up.
for days.
Yeah, so
Starved, dehydrated.
he's been through it, and yeah, no matter what, now it's the question of how do I get it to leave, because it doesn't go away.
Yay.
So he's gonna need a name.
Yeah, you-
Okay, I would have laid Vlad to peace near the orchard, and maybe been a little more respectful to him to kind of show the horse the respect maybe I should have had for his master. He didn't turn out to be a vampire. It was a miscommunication, and I missed him, fucking with me about it. So I did what I could for the horse.
Aw.
I will need the twins' birthday. I hope. Oh, for her sake, I hope. And
Just got what you said, sir.
Yeah, once I get my little in-game calendar fixed,
right.
which isn't that hard. I just don't want to do it right now because I do have to open up a bunch of little modules and tell it, you believe that we aren't in January of 2025.
Right.
You believe we're in a fantasy place. So it's a little bit of clicking.
So, and during all this time, from even the first one, anytime Feifei and I were together, we would be working on learning Elven. So, we work on a little bit of woodworking. We work on, the sturge. We ride the horses, or, whatever. And the whole time, anytime we have some time together, it's just something we can work on because, the frustration she was had anytime she couldn't read, which we found. So it's how I could help her in that way, at least.
All right. Okay.
That's all I had.
Guys,
Thank you.
anything else before I do another jump? All right. So, 23 years
Are you ready?
later.
Wait, what?
I'm
No, he's
kidding.
kidding, right? Okay.
No.
That's what he's
What?
talking
Now
about.
I'm ready to roll. Let's get weird.
3 years
Ooh,
later.
get leveled.
Yeah,
3
what's my
years.
level?
Holy shit! 3
3 years
years.
later, Fada, you are in the miners' exchange. Halia is no longer in Phandalin. Aloverl, you are in Waterdeep. You have been training with the man that Falcon has told you about for about 2 years, and now the past year you spend a lot of time with him. Very knowledgeable guy. You've become close with him just as much as you had with Falcon. Kind of a lot of similarities there between the men. Marcus, you are not here anymore. You and Sister Gorel have been staying in Waterdeep in a home provided for by her family. Though
Dowries
family-
are making a comeback.
though she does want to leave, and hence where we're going. And we are going to leave off there. So you guys will have
Something
3
slipped my mind to
years.
ask.
3 years. And in those 3 years, Marcus, you have 2 3-year-old twins running around. Which it's fantastic, at least for Sister Gorel, to have her family there. Her mom spends a lot of time with the kids.
Right.
It allows you to not only get some time not watching the children 24/7, but you, I'm sure, like you said when you were there for the wedding, like this scary place, it allows you a lot of opportunities, and Sister, to both get out. She originally left, was happy to leave Waterdeep and go elsewhere. So you guys often do a lot of just walks and treks through the fields and the farmyards outside the cliff sides of Waterdeep. You have also seen a few new creatures that I will lay out to you next time we play, but things kind of like they're not going to show up. But anyway, a few basic creatures, like dolphins, like splashing around.
Gotcha.
Some crabs, and we'll get more into the thick of the cool critters you've seen, because I know Marcus has been excited to encounter ocean life and whatnot, and he does and did
So much.
Loverl, what did you have to ask about?
I forgot to look for Celine when I was in Waterdeep. I was focused on Falcon.
That will be in our next session.
Okay.
After those 3 years, you encounter Celine. But you gotta wait for the next session. Dun dun dun. Because that's where the roleplay actually kicks off.
All right.
Oh, that's next time.
Yep.
Nice.
So our next session is still a session 0. It's going to be a chance for you guys to roleplay and adjust to all these changes. My dolphin sounds. So yeah, you got a lot of adjustment. Rue, yours is going to be fun because I'm just going to have like Norbus come in and hand you rocks and be like, how much are these worth? And you're going to be like, get the fuck out. Jesus Christ.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Am I married yet?
We'll get into that when next time we play, okay?
That's scary.
Alright.
That's
No,
scary.
you don't have to be
That's a
scared. You don't have to be
decision
scared.
he didn't think he had to
Do you
make
want
tonight.
me to make you feel comfortable, or just let you know like, no, you're good? Do you need
I
head
don't
do you need head
understand
pats
the
and hugs?
question. I
Or
don't understand the question.
like, are you worried? That's what I'm asking you. Are you worried about something and you need me to just reassure you
Always.
everything's cool?
Yeah. Yeah.
So everything's cool. I'm more so wrapping this up now because it's like, hey guys, it's been 3 years. Cool beans. We'll continue where we left off. I will get into the details of that. It's not like it didn't happen. We're just going to kind of pick up with this in mind, that it's been 3 years. And yes, at this moment, you have a ring on your finger as you're sitting at this desk.
But does that mean I'm married?
You are married. You are a married woman running this business. You are the head of the Fanelin Miners Exchange, and you are Harbin's boss.
I was always Harbin's boss.
Oh.
I was just worried. I was like, did she fucking call off the wedding, bro?
You are Halia now. You are the BBEG of any adventures coming into this town.
Wait, do
Oh
you
my
feed
God.
the
Did
whole?
you take her name?
Glory to the whole.
Oh, that is a good
So
question.
Are we going into? So, did you want to go into detail, any kind of details about it, like next time or this time? Because I did think about the name thing,
The name thing.
on whether I took her name.
Oh yeah.
We won't let him stop.
Let me. All right. Okay. Okay. Let me take a bathroom break.
Months.
Let me take a bathroom break. I know. Let me take a bathroom break, and then we'll come back and I'll marry you, Brew. Will that make you happy? I'll marry you. We'll get married.
marry me.
Okay, I'll be right back. Give me 5 minutes, guys. Let me put my dress on.
I'm getting married. It's a dream.
Let me announce to my children, Daddy's getting married as a woman. All right, I'll be right back.
I mean,
Again. You married both of us. Okay, I'll be right back too.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. No? Okay.
All right, guys, I am almost ready. Just taking my little breather here. No, so part of it was I was like, we could start up with what happened with you and Halia when we come back, and we can just call it a night here. And also because with the Moira thing, I'm like, it's like I don't want to do more emotions.
Sorry. I just wanted to know. Oh god, I feel like I'm always getting the emotional story. I'm being a girl. I'm sorry, guys. I'm being a girl.
No, I mean I get just as emotional.
That's cute. I know the other two do as well. I think Eloviel hides it a little better, but Marcus definitely emotional.
we're total bro-tatoes, Ja.
Well,
Yeah.
while Moira and you were having that
Yeah.
conversation, Eloviel was just holding back tears, fighting for his pride in the background.
That means he was like creeping on you guys somewhere in the dark.
he's
Like,
creeping on us.
I thought you.
wanted to know what happened.
I didn't know you were in here.
I feel like we probably knew he was in there. Like you can't. I feel like it's harder to sneak up on somebody who is
Two
also
rogues.
a master.
Mhm.
Yeah, two rogues.
And I have disadvantage on
And-
stealth.
Yeah,
And
like
has
we
an
definitely knew
invisible
he was
servant.
there. And well, yeah, the servant might have been there. Yeah, if it wasn't, yeah.
She always lets Halia know what's going on, so nobody sneaks up on Halia. The thing doesn't sleep. It's just a
Or
construct.
Halia's
It's-
wife, like the poor servant's
True,
probably like,
true.
God damn it! Now I got two of them all the time. The servant's like overworked.
All right. So this you'll see why I was like we could do this next time. So when your wedding happened, Fada, I'll give you a wedding date as well. You went off to Waterdeep with Halia when she was once she had the shop set up and she felt confident enough, and you had both decided you were ready, and you didn't want to piggyback off of everything Marcus and the non-sister Rafira had gone through. Like not trying to steal the spotlight or pull, you know what I mean? Just you didn't want to make a splash. With it in your head that it's just going to be the two of you, an elopement. One day she has you summoned for a carriage ride while you're staying out there, knowing that you're going to be heading back here, one of your visits to see her. And you guys had planned to have your wedding for this particular visit. She was keeping you kind of in suspense, not sure exactly where in Waterdeep she's taking you. And as you guys travel along the roads, you realize you're leaving the North Gate. And the carriage continues on down the high road a while, and then cuts off to the northeast. And you're looking over at her, and even if you were to ask her, where are we going? She just kind of kept a smile on her face and just stays quiet. And
again, leading me somewhere quietly.
yeah, and she's leading you somewhere quiet. And you make your way northeast a while, and you start, I mean, it doesn't take you long to really start having all these thoughts going through your head. As northeast along this road, that you're not on the high road, you've turned off of it. You're not on the Tribord, you haven't gone that far. You're literally still right outside of Waterdeep. 20 minutes turns into 40 minutes, and you still haven't stopped. And Waterdeep's now behind your carriage. It's getting smaller. The only thing that comes to your mind is you're heading to Golden Fields. And sure enough, when you get there, you see Marcus, Sister Gorel, you see Eloveril, you see a couple of your friends from Phandalin. You see everyone standing there wearing their best with your mother and father, and they've all surprised you because they want to be a part of your wedding. And Halia wanted it to mean something to you more than what big city and flashing lights could provide you. And she looks at you and she says, surprise?
Yep, crying. I am crying.
And that is
like IRL and in game. Yep.
That is how your wedding went there, Feta.
That was so cute. Yep, I understand now. Oh, what is this ceremony thing you just pulled up? What is that? Did you perform this ceremony? Also, Marcus, did you shoot off the fireworks from the wand?
Of course I did. I saved up to make sure it had 7 charges so I could pop 6 off. And beautiful bird calls from the other wand while you two said yes.
Aww.
God.
And yeah, Eloveril can officiate the ceremony.
Do you want me to?
Yeah, that's cute.
Then yeah, do it.
Yeah, because Eloveril is a big part of Halia's life as well. So it's nice because with everything, I mean, Moira's there. With everything all together, it's just incredible from where you started just years ago to where you are now, and the people that you've had join your life, and seeing all this is just experiencing all this is more than I can put in words.
I am so shocked right now, guys. And I'm like crying. This is like the cutest thing ever. Because, like, spend my life alone and then it's like that happens. It's like huge.
Yeah, that's why I was like, all right, it's been 3 years. We'll pick up next time. And I'm like, and you're like, what about me? What about my marriage? I'm like, oh, it's like, this is
crying at the end is better than crying at the beginning. I feel.
Yeah.
Why not both in this episode?
I was looking at the time. I'm like, I'm trying to keep it 3 hours. We're over 3 hours. I was like, and we still have to do a whole, this is going to be considered a session 0 part 2 next time we play. So I was like, I can continue all of this where, once we get going again, but yeah,
Also,
you had two emotional moments tonight.
Like, because Will just said it in chat, that was like the best birthday present. Like, I'm having such a good birthday, guys.
Oh, happy birthday
Oh,
to
God,
you.
no. Stop.
Happy birthday to you.
I'm probably red.
Happy
No, it's still going.
birthday, dear
Rue?
Whatever it
Birthday to
was.
finisher. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, fuck my ass.
No, fuck my ass.
Yes. Ominous.
You guys are gonna make me cry again. I feel like such a baby. This is great.
All right. Well, we can hang out here and stream for another 5 minutes or so, but I'm officially saying that I am done for today's session 0. It feels good to get back into our characters here. Even though the last time I played this, I'm pretty sure I yelled, "Fuck Phandalin! I'll never see Phandalin again."
Yeah.
And here we are, looking at Phandalin.
Looking at Phandalin. For now, it'll be gone soon.
Oh,
God,
man.
what a crazy skip.
And
Jeez.
still so much more to figure out. Oh,
Really
Yeah.
tying up some stuff there, man.
yeah.
So next time we play it, the more you guys want to, in a sense, just think of those 3 years as you guys have just been doing normal stuff. You're not adventurers. You guys have just been getting through life. What you've been doing those first years before you even came to Phandalin. So there won't be much filling in the blank. Our next session is any small things you guys want to wrap up. Me explaining some of the things that are going to push you into starting the first session, because you guys need a little incentive of why we're heading into Leilon. And other than that, I will have you guys speak with a few people about heading to Leilon. It'll be pretty much, if you guys don't have any further questions, and you can roll with, hey, okay, yeah, I've been working in the Miners Exchange. I'm a boss bitch. You know what I mean? And you're ready to rock, and you just got it in your head. I've been doing this for 3 years, and kind of you got a bit of a new head on your shoulder. You know, maybe I act a little more mature about things. You know, maybe I'm a little snooty now. I don't know. However you want to interpret it. Then we can dive right into me introducing some happenings going on, some things going on with the Gorell family. Eloverl, you have a special event that you are running solo that we all are going to watch.
Let's go.
And it will all tie into us not only re-experiencing the characters and getting back into character so we can start our first session, but it will also explain why we're all heading to Leilon. So stay tuned for next Saturday. That'll be our session 0 part 2. All right, I am officially done with this. Now, if you guys just want to say silly things to me, feel free.
Beep beep butthole.
Oh god, I'm so emotional. I'm gonna go eat some more ice cream.
And yeah, sorry for chat. I had to add it on Twitch here, like the little alert when I'm in DM mode, because I know some people get upset if people don't respond to chat. You know, like I see you guys, I hear you guys, I feel you guys, but with narration mode on and having to talk, I gotta zone in, and I gotta stick with this. So I try to pause until there's a big break. This today did not have big breaks because I was trying to push through this as fast as possible. But
It always takes longer than we think it's going to.
yeah. But
I
I
just get excited.
I've seen everything you guys are saying. Green Unicorn Art, thank you for the many compliments since we started up here. Will, I'm happy you've been hanging out in here the whole time too, and I like what you sent in Discord. That is fucking
I was gonna
awesome.
say it. I didn't want to interrupt it, but thank you so much. I love it.
Did you put it
And,
in
like-
fan art? Put it in the fan art channel. That is awesome.
Yeah, he sent it to me. I love it so much.
I will share it with the stream as well.
That is incredible, and oh my god, I am just like so emotional today. You guys are killing me, and I can't take it. I'm just having all the emotions today. It has been a hell of a birthday, and again, thank you guys so much. Like, I know it wasn't like we did this because it was my birthday, but like it was just so incredible that we could do this, because if there's like one thing I wanted to do, one place I wanted to be, it's with you guys, hanging out, doing anything related to this like campaign, you know. So thank you guys, and yes, thank you, Will. I love it so much. That is so sweet of you. I'm gonna
I'd
cry.
love to know what you're talking about.
Hang on. Is it in the fan art thing on Discord?
Is it in there?
He dropped it. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
Isn't it? Oh
Mhm.
my gosh.
Excellent job. That's
I know.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm such a baby right now.
Window. Sorry, this is
Guys,
taking me forever because I don't
You're
ever
making me so
share.
girly
There.
today.
Think stream can see it now.
Yes. You guys are so cute when you get sappy. Comment. What? We're
That
never
is-
sappy.
Awesome.
what? How
Yes.
dare you?
Will just did this while we were streaming, so
What?
yeah, while we were streaming, I believe he started
Whoa.
this. Is my guess.
Rhyme immensely. That's
Mhm.
impressive.
know. Oh,
Since I finished up Marcus, I'm also drawing a Feta picture right now, but I can't share the details with you because
Why?
it's gonna I want you to go, wow.
What kind of
Oh, I
wow
heard the
was that?
idea.
You'll understand.
It's a
Okay.
yeah. It's gonna be a wow.
Do you know?
I do.
Wow.
I think
Am I the
everybody
only one who
knows but
doesn't
you.
No, what? When did you start this picture, and why haven't you told me?
I think even chat knows. No, I'm kidding.
Dude, what? Why does wait, what? Huh? When did you start this?
Right after I finished Marcus's and I put it up.
Okay. I was like, have you been doing this the whole time? And I'm just like, yeah, look at Marcus's bulge.
No, I might have
If
to
you
ask
give me a
Comic
bulge, I'm going
or
to
Will
kill you.
for some tips on some of the approach I'm doing because it's a little unique. I've never had to draw the angles that I'm drawing.
What
And
are
no,
you doing?
it's not porn. It's not you and Halia.
I was gonna say angles. I'm concerned when you're mentioning angles to me.
It's like you know, like when you draw a 3/4 angle or like the head's like looking straight up, stuff like that. Those kind of
Okay.
perspectives. I guess that's what I'm looking
Got
for.
it,
Perspective.
got it. Okay.
I like
Damn it, I
Will.
hate when I don't know
Ah ha ha!
things.
Secret. Ah ha ha ha.
Does Will? Yes, Will knows.
No, he doesn't. I think he's just screwing with you.
Oh, you fucker.
We love you
I'm
too.
happy to have found you, Daniel, for real. I am so happy you did. I'm so happy that somebody random rated me for playing the same game and you stumbled in there. So happy to have you around for sure.
If I'm going to be honest, because I just like to be honest, even if it sounds terrible. I assume the worst lately with anybody that enters Discord because you don't know if they're a bot or if they're going to be like, I can draw your Twitch backgrounds, and it's just like, oh my god.
That happens a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so I always
Yeah.
expect the worst in somebody when I first encounter them. Like, that's not a real person. Nope, that's a salesman.
Okay. Also, for the next 7 days, I have a +2 bonus to my AC when I'm with Halia.
For the next 7
Good
days.
to know.
For the next 7 days. So with a time skip, it doesn't actually matter. But for the
Good.
next 7 days, I have a +2 to my armor.
That was from the wedding. It's been 3 years, hasn't it? Or
I don't know exactly when the wedding happened.
Okay.
I just saw that it said it
Yeah.
in a liberal
oh no,
ceremony.
your wedding was later. Yeah.
Well, are you
Yeah.
going to are you gonna try to like drop your AC? Like now you gotta take something that debuffs you.
What?
How else is Halia gonna hit that?
Hey.
All right, and with that, I'm out.
Oh my god! that was
Thank you
terrible.
guys for
Wow.
joining me tonight.
Nat
From
20s with me.
my
The spell
players to
tone says it's
chat,
heated AC.
all of you are a blast. I'm so happy to see Marcus, Alovril, and Fadus sitting back here again. Again, as I said, JJ will be joining us for session 1 or 2. She will be here for the entire campaign except those possibly the first
Yeah.
couple games. Other than that, every Saturday from here on out, we will be here Saturday evening, my time. What time is that? I don't know because I don't know where you are. But anyway, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Thank you guys.
Say bye, guys.
Farewell.
Bye.
Thank you.